Let's move this camera. And we are live on YouTube, by the way.
We live, baby. I'm trying to. It said that I couldn't view it because I was at restricted mode, so I'm trying to make sure. Oh, okay.
All right. Let's do a quick sound check.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. God damn it! Why?
Everybody on YouTube Live gets to see sound checks and
behind the scenes right now.
Getting shit situated.
You know, be transparent even in production. You know what I mean?
Even our production is transparent.
Need my headset. You ready?
Let's do a sound check. First, let's sip a little bit of bourbon because that was stressful. Shout out to Buffalo Trace.
What's up, bro?
Bruno joining us. Bruno, the original gangster.
You know, OG.
Joining us in the first YouTube Live
ever.
First.
I'm a bad motherfucker when I catch a fly in my hand, boy.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Shit. You have a trash can in here?
We go YouTube Live and all of a sudden fucking Anthony turns into Mr. fucking Miyagi.
Spider-Man in this bitch.
Oh, Bruno says audio's way better.
Yep. We did it for you, baby. The people. When the people speak, we listen.
Why don't you have to sit there and stare? All right. And microphone core. I hear my own daughter crying in the background.
Yeah, the audio is awesome right now. So
you're liking it? They kept our sound settings this time.
Sweet.
Nice. All right, Spreaker. I see you updating your fucking software.
Do your thing.
Finally, motherfuckers. All right.
Do your thing, Spreaker.
The sound is sounding good.
Okay.
Let us search for our theme music.
How your week been, Bruno? It's been good with you.
Let's see here. Did it?
Let's check this thing out.
Nice.
Got nice grips on the side.
Man, look at us. We live and shit.
We're live on the. We're not just in a.
My fault.
Oh, I was like, what was that? Bruno, how are we doing on sound there?
It sounds loud, but
Is that we don't want to get taken down,
Right.
but that did not sound good. I think this is the version that we usually play now. So that it's not. No,
That's not it. We can't use that.
Can't use that. Was it this one? It already sounds right.
Nope. We do not own the rights to this music.
We do not own the rights. This is a lot of. For some reason, I'm stressed that we're on.
Man, they know us.
No, I'm stressed that we're on YouTube Live, not having this shit together. Usually, this
Rio
is not
Cerveza from Lone Star.
You know.
Yeah, we good.
And I'm excited about our content tonight.
Yeah, once we get started, we're gonna be all right. We just you like that, huh, Bruno?
Entertain these motherfuckers while I figure this out.
Oh, I'm a clown now in this bitch.
Yeah.
Am I supposed to
Do
mute?
a little tap dance.
I just want to know. I see Bruno in here, but who else in here? Can they hear that?
Finally.
Or that us? That's just us.
No, they can hear that.
Okay. That was super loud. That shit's super loud.
What is that? Is that something from your phone?
No.
That's in that video.
Oh.
Motherfucker, what was that shit? You added fucking static? Okay, this is the one that we usually use. Sorry about that. Audience. Let's do a quick sound check and we will be off and rolling. Hopefully this gives people enough time to know that we're coming.
Let me see if I can share this live on my Facebook. Don't forget to like the stream, fellas. You know what I'm saying? All that good shit.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. And I'm about to lose my motherfucking mind. I really fucking am. I'm really about to lose my fucking mind on these fucking production issues.
Well, hold that shit together.
This is why we need a producer.
Hold your shit together.
Does it drive anybody? It probably doesn't drive anyone else crazy because they probably don't deal with this. When you go to click something on your phone or on a computer, and right as your thumb is coming down, something different pops up.
I'm Kelly, and I'm here
in a fucking way. Something different pops up right as you're touching the screen because it loaded slow. That drives me motherfucking insane. All right, let's get a quick test here with music. We'll just play through. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Anthony, give me some.
Test mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
All right. Stressing me the fuck out. I was already stressed that I had to fucking drive to my office.
Test mic check 1 2.
Do you hear anything?
Like what?
Like any noise or sound?
No. What we supposed to hear?
Outputs.
We supposed to be hearing something?
Yeah.
Oh, then yeah, I don't hear nothing.
Let's try that again. Mic check.
1 2 1 2.
Check, 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 check. All the mics are muted. That's why we do sound check, people.
That
check.
that'll help right there. You unmute the mic. Hey, 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 hey.
All right. Let's see if unmuting mics helps. All the mics are muted. Yeah. That's why we do sound check, people. Check.
That'll help right there. You unmute the mic.
Yep.
Hey.
All right, we're good. All right, time to go live. Thank you, everybody, for being patient. And when I say everybody, I mean Bruno. All right, I'm gonna get a little here. And that's. Look at this shit, dude. God fucking damn it. A fucking mic came off the. All right, we ain't doing a podcast tonight.
The pressure's getting to Wesley tonight.
Motherfucker.
There you go. It ain't did that for 28 weeks. It ain't did.
When we go YouTube live, what the fuck is gonna happen? Some fucking bullshit.
When everything can go wrong, everything will go wrong. So that's what we're working with right now. But for people that's coming in listening to us, man, don't go away. We got 3 hours of awesomeness still coming your way. So we definitely gonna we gonna make it worth your while. So
we promise. All right. As ambulances drive by.
Woo.
Hope everybody's gonna be okay in that situation. All right. Let us go live. Ready, Anthony?
I'm ready, bro. Let go.
Red Pill Phone Tap. Episode number 29. And we have a very, very exciting show for you tonight. That's why the music's extra loud.
Because we coming.
We only have 2 segments because the 2 segments are that good. I'm pretty hyped about tonight, Anthony. Let's jump right into the fun. I don't know, that beat though gets me hype every time.
It should.
Let's jump right into the fun tonight because we got an action-packed show. Let me preview our last segment first because it's going to interest a lot of you. Tonight, Anthony is going to give you all of his tips, all of his tricks, all of his favorites, all of his unfavorites when it comes to dating apps. You guys been chomping at the bit for this. because some of y'all act beta as fuck, and only use dating apps. You can't fucking cold approach. We don't even like talking about dating apps because you guys rely on these fucking things far too heavily. But COVID-19 has changed shit, hasn't it, Anthony?
Yeah. Also, you said that they depend on it too much, and they're using COVID-19 to stay on the apps
Yeah,
alone.
they're going to use whatever they can to just stay on these apps where rejection doesn't feel as bad.
There's you said cold approach, and I have this thing about cold approaches where I don't think things are cold approaches, but cold approaches to me is for that guy that is afraid of rejection. They can't handle rejection. He needs to go and practice getting rejected. I think that's what cold approaches is built for. It's not built for success because it's really in the numbers, right? If there's probably like it's a very small number of cold approach successes.
Right.
So to me, I think approaches are more warm approaches that lead to success, that lead to something beyond uh just a phone number, right? Because anybody can get a phone number, right?
Yeah.
And then the date, that still could be flaky, depending on who she is, right?
Right.
And who you are, and if you know what you're doing when it comes to setting dates.
Yeah.
But we're not going over basics tonight. We're very specific tonight about what we're going to discuss. We may go sidebar if we run into excellent questions in the chat, but definitely, man, we're going to hit every aspect, corner, and opinion we have about dating apps and what's the best way to navigate in 2020. Man,
I'm excited about this because Anthony and I worked on this during the week, and I was like, "You're using these dating apps.
Yeah.
I want to see like what is your rating on these dating apps? What are your to-dos on dating apps and your not to-dos? What dating apps do you love? Which ones do you hate?
Yeah.
You know, all that good stuff. But first tonight, and that's going to be our last segment. Tonight, we're only going to have 2 segments, guys, because we want to go into a lot of detail on these. The first segment, though, guys, is going to be one that's near and dear to everybody's heart, too. And we're going to talk about getting over your ex, why you can't get over your ex, why this is your Achilles heel, etc., when it comes to your ex. There's a lot to unpack here. Anthony, as we jump into this first segment, when we talk about your exes,
yeah,
the way I want to start this is I want to be very, very specific about who your ex is. If your ex, and most of the time we're dealing with an ex that broke up with you, okay?
Yeah,
we're dealing with an ex that broke up with you. That's why you can't get over her. It's a lot easier to get over someone you've dumped because you didn't want that fucking bitch.
Yeah.
It was your decision to leave, but it wasn't your decision. She wanted to break up with you, and she's kind of either come back around or she wants to see what happens. Maybe take some baby steps or any other fuckery that they're fucking saying. The bottom line is, guys, you guys are not together. The first thing you have to do is realize who she is. She is a chick that's now in your rotation. Okay? You guys had a relationship in the past, but you do not give credit, nor do you get credit for past relationships.
Do you put
another bitch in your rotation now?
Do you put a ex in your rotation right away? I wouldn't.
Well, it depends. For someone like me, no. But
Okay.
for someone like you, you're all about hey, fuck your exes.
Yeah.
You're all about that.
I don't mind that at all because she can be part, but again, depends on who you are as a person and can you take being involved emotionally or sexually with an ex, that's you have to be honest with yourself about that. Some guys and even some women think that sex is a entrance into back a relationship. Like, well, I have access back to you because I've had sex with you again, so I can get back into a relationship with you again. That's not the same, especially with an ex.
No.
Especially with an ex. Sex is just sex, especially with an ex, and you can't put any labels on top of it other than what it actually. This is the first time I think you can actually see things at face value, because when an ex, they can always revert to, hey, this is just us having fun,
Yeah.
catching back up.
And that's not what it is for them. It never is. It's always, oh my God, the single world's scary. I need some validation. And I know this guy that I dumped still wants me. So I get all kind of free validation.
Well, it's a validation check, right?
Right.
Also too, with an ex, she can see you moving on, and she's turned on by your
Other bitches want you. Your sexual marker.
You got all them pheromones surrounding you, and you have, for in her mind, forgotten about her, right? And she wants to be on the same level as especially if your next chick is hotter than her. Oh, bruh. Yeah, she wants validation that she's still on that level.
Yeah.
Right? So she market value with your current chick, right? So definitely be aware of your ex when it comes to coming back, sniffing around, wanting to see what's going on with you. Don't get caught up in the hype about, oh, this is my ex. I get to get, relationship stuff back with her. I get to do relationship shit with her. I don't have to try as hard with her as I am with these newbies. Nope, 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 nope. That's probably why you lost her in the beginning. So
that was why I wanted to start when we talk about exes. Now you know that I have a rule that I don't sleep with exes, and twofold. So I've only been dumped once in my life, but I know you're going to go into some of that tonight because that was the ex that was tough for me to get over. And we'll talk about the psychology of that. But guys, twofold. Whether you broke up with them or whether I'm sorry, this is a rule for myself. Whether I broke up with them or they broke up with me, I don't sleep with them because of two different reasons here. The ones that broke up with me, I'm afraid that I'm emotionally attached to them, and I know that this person has the potential more than anybody else in my rotation. And this is the reason I brought up that they are in your rotation.
Okay.
Because this person has the potential to fuck your rotation up. She will fucking guilt and shame you for dating other bitches. She will, even though she broke up with you and you're not together, she'll be like, well, I thought we were working on things. And then you're like, oh, my bad. And because you're so attached to this fucking dumb bitch, you're so attached to her, you're fucking your whole rotation up with these other women. Unbeknownst to her, the reason that she's become re-attracted is because she's sniffing around going, what the fuck? This motherfucker is starting to move on. We can't have that.
Well, and it's not that she wants you, right? I think that's what guys get lost at, where they see her sniffing around, asking questions, and inquiring about your current dating status, and they're not worried about if they can get you back, because in their mind they always can, right?
Yeah.
Especially when they broke up with you, they feel like they can get you back anytime they want because you was too weak, and all they had to do was like give you some attention, and you'll be right back where you started when they broke up with you in the beginning. Because women don't break up with strong men. Let's be clear about that.
Right. They will do shit to force the guy to break up with them if they don't want to be in it.
Right.
But no, you're right. They do not break up with strong men. But I want to tell you the reason that I don't sleep with my exes that I broke up with too, Anthony. Here's why. It's hard as fuck to get out of these goddamn relationships. These bitches keep pulling you back, and they keep pulling you back, and they keep, oh, please, I'll change. I'll change. Just please come back. Oh my God, please. Dude, the reason I don't sleep with my exes that I broke up with is because I'm like, I'm fucking out. I'm free. Oh my God. Whew, I'm out. I'm afraid of getting sucked back in by that fucking vagina. There was a reason I got with her in the first place.
Okay.
You know what I mean? There was some quality I liked. And when you're only fucking her, then it's like, man, maybe I kind of missed this. No, God, you're out. You're good. You're free. You're clear. Don't break yourself back into prison. God damn it. Don't break yourself back into prison. Please don't do it. Jesus, that was a delayed laugh from our studio audience.
Get with it. Catch up.
Catch up, everybody. Anthony, we're doing this segment about exes because we start to see when guys come to the red pill, it's typically because of something like this.
Right.
Somebody broke up with them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And we see that they can catch on to a lot of shit really, really quickly. But this is the one thing, like they're just hung up on the fucking ex.
Especially when it's fresh, right? When it's like a month away, maybe even 3 months out, where she's still top of mind. Where they're still comparing her to other chicks, even if they're dating other women. They're still comparing. She's not doing exactly the way my ex Kimberly did, and it's like you're giving her so much headspace, you can't even allow yourself to get any room to move forward and for yourself. Anytime you got somebody else inside your head, you're not thinking for yourself. You're still thinking for that person. So I challenge you to kind of that's why we always say, do other shit, be on your purpose, go outside of her, because once you can put your head in the other spaces, you tend to do what? I remember when you used to ask me questions about my ex-wife, you was like, man, I don't know how you did it. If I was you, I'll be curled in the fucking corner crying my eyes out.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, man, I just put my head into my work, man. That's all I had to do. Because instead of putting my energy into her, I put it into my job. And I didn't know anything else to do because I wasn't ready to date other women. So I put all my energy into work. That's what I did. So I know athletes, they do it into weight training or, getting fit or whatever expertise that they're into. But that's the best way to do it. Don't, because when you're home alone, I would work like even when I was home alone, right? I would work on my computer until I just got exhausted, where I was just having just enough energy to just close the laptop, take a shower, and then jump into bed. I just worked until I was exhausted, right?
Yeah.
And most people do workout. They'll work out all day until they don't have time to think. They're too tired to think. Excuse me. So, I wanted to ask you a question, man. Like,
yeah, I mean, and to set this up for our listeners, we were talking about the second segment earlier this week, and we were like, because Anthony, the second segment is all about dating apps, and so it was kind of like, hey man, I want to interview you. You're still out here on these streets dating. You've been dating during COVID-19. I called you the other day, and you were having what you like to call a tryout. Some girl was, you were not going to give her the gate code to your complex. You were going to walk out and let her in your complex. So I was like, man, I want to hear about dating apps. And then you kind of came up halfway through the week and you were like, hey, but I want to talk to you about these guys that get stuck on their exes. You were really stuck on your most recent ex, and you couldn't. Your relationship before that, you just could not. You could not leave the bitch. You know, so I kind of want to interview you on this shit, Wesley. And I was like, yeah, man, that sounds like kind of a cool idea for an episode for us. That ought to be pretty good. So I know Anthony has some questions that he put together, kind of talking to me about my most recent ex. And but I'm here to tell you, segment 2, where I ask Anthony these questions about dating apps. I know that I keep teasing. I'm sorry to torture you guys, but I'm excited about the second segment. But Anthony, get into it. What were kind of some of the things that you wanted to know from me talking about my most recent ex?
Well, I want to kind of start where, before the red pill, how did your breakouts normally play out?
That's a good question. So what normally happened with my breakups was I had a chick that friend zoned me in high school, 3 years. So I was already, before I even got to the red pill, I already knew how to stay out of friend zone. Even bitches that I genuinely were friends with, even bitches I was genuinely friends with, I even would kind of let them know, but I want to fuck you, right? Like, I wouldn't say it like that, but I would put that vibe out there, like, we're friends, but we're kind of not, just because I was allergic to friend zone. So out of high school, I was, I went through a couple of breakups where bitches dumped me, but they weren't really serious relationships. I guess they were. I guess my high school sweetheart was it would come down to me doing the typical shit men get broken up for. They become weak, clingy, and needy. And Jesus, what's wrong with my throat? I become weak and needy and clingy when they're like, they pull the rug out from under me. I don't know what's going on. And I get all miserable, and I start listening to sad R&B music and shit.
Oh, man.
I start listening to fucking Jodeci, Cry For You.
The 90s was the worst.
Yeah. But that was like back in high school and shit. But after that, man, I avoided getting dumped for the rest of my life until my most recent ex. The way that it looked like, all those relationships, was bitch was acting up, or I was young and I wanted to fuck other bitches. And guys, anyone listening to this podcast, do not feel guilty that the chick you're with, you just don't want to fuck her anymore. Feel a little bit guilty if you have children, because you should have thought of that before you had kids. But at the end of the day, you're not a computer, guys. You can't just get data and be like, well, I shouldn't cheat on bitches. But then you can't fight your physical desires. So Anthony, I'd want to fuck other bitches, and I would go through this long process of figuring out how to break up with this bitch. And it would be like a fucking year process.
Wow.
It would be like, oh, fuck, I've got an apartment with this bitch. We fucking have credit cards together. Fuck. What do I do? I got to figure out. And then and the whole time, I'd be meeting bitches that I want to fucking get with. And they would be flirting back. And I'd be like, fuck, I can't do anything. I'm stuck. This bitch has me trapped. Have me trapped, man. And I would just like spend the whole next year. You remember the girl in Austin?
Yeah.
Where I would talk to you all the time, and you're like, motherfucker, pull the trigger.
Right.
Leave.
Right.
Figure out a plan how to leave. Okay, you got bills together. Write them down on paper, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And fucking figure out a strategy to leave. God damn it. Like, fuck. Like, you would
What
get
was-
so frustrated with me.
What was your clinging part? Because all these guys have a reason why they won't leave her, because they give themselves excuses to the reason that I shouldn't leave. So what is it that really tied you to her? Was it bills? Was you had obligations to her contractually with a mortgage or something like that? Or was it more than that?
Well, it was, it's never one thing, right?
Right.
So it was a lot of that. It was just hard to get separated, right?
So you were doing marriage shit with a chick you was just
Yes. And one of the
Okay.
past relationships I'm talking about, I was married into a Mexican family. You know, so I'm putting all that in there together. That was a relationship too, my marriage. And there were like these things where we were intertwined together. There was a mortgage and stuff like that.
okay.
But it would boil down to one thing. It would boil down to when you hear guys drunk in a bar talking about shit, it boils down to this one sentence. I love her, man. Man, I love her. I love her, man. And this is a thing, guys. This is what I really want you to understand, the psychology. The reason men make great sailors and soldiers is because once we care about something or somebody, more importantly, we're loyal as fuck to them. Think about your best friend. Like my best friend right here on this podcast, Anthony, we've known each other what? I mean, how long has it been?
10 years?
10 years? And there's like never a thought like, fuck Anthony. No. It would be this long fucking if Anthony just did something, you know, if he did something crazy, like slept with my wife or some shit, you know, those are easy ones, right?
Yeah.
But it's usually never that easy, is it?
Nope.
Usually it's just over time.
A lot of little shit.
Yeah, a lot of little shit. And then you have these breakups with friends that kind of have to happen because you've gone this direction, they've gone this direction. But it's just still so hard for men because we are just loyal as fuck. And guys, when we talk about, and I'm just going to go on a quick sidebar here. Guys, you got to be careful who the fuck you love because you get tangled up in the shit that we're talking about right now. You know?
Men and women, both.
Yeah, to friends and to fucking bitches you date.
Yeah.
Once you begin to care about something as a man, it is nearly fucking impossible. It is nearly fucking impossible to get you to fucking come off this shit. And by the way, over time, this has been a great adaptation for male humans. This is what makes us great tribe members. This is what makes it where we have scruples and ethics. And this is how we get to the top of the fucking food chain. So that's why you have to put all these systems in place that Anthony and I talk about.
Yeah.
So that you don't get attached to fucking bitches that you should not get attached to, you know? And then Anthony, of course, to answer your question a little bit more detailed, that was how most of my breakups look like. And then the most recent breakup and the relationship before my current wife, that was just an out of the blue being dumped as an adult. And that was my first time encountering that.
Okay.
So, you know, we can talk about that more if you want.
So I'll say, so you had this, I think Wesley, the first time I met a guy that had never been broken up with until late in his life, where I'm like, shit, what, how the fuck, how you had to have since breakups before they happened and you just ended it. Is that normally how they ran out, or you just got bored real quick while you were in relationships and you're like, she's not doing it for me, I see somebody else I'm interested in, I'm gonna cut her off?
No. Because if I would have been bored, I would have felt guilty about that. Again,
Okay.
This is my prior red pill self.
Okay.
I've never come to the red pill, didn't know anything about any of this shit.
So
these
you just
bitches were just fucking up really bad, and I was like, God damn, I'm gonna have to fucking leave this bitch. Fuck.
okay.
Yeah, and like I said, that's why it would take like a year. You remember my ex-wife? She just like walked out on her job, fucked up all of our finances because she just didn't work, and then she would have fake jobs that she went to. She would pretend like she was going to a job and just leave the house all day and did not have a job. And you know what I'm saying? Like that level of fucking up where I'm like, God damn, bitch, I gotta get the fuck out of here. Are you fucking, that's insane. Why would you?
Who does that?
Well, let me tell you who does that. Somebody that's so lazy Hold on one sec. This is that microphone messes up a lot, right?
Which one?
The one over here.
Okay, we might need to mute it while we're.
Yeah, no reason to have it up.
Yeah.
Sorry, we had a technical difficulty there. But it was one of those things where like they would just do major fucking up, man. Major fucking up.
That's pretty big. Faking a job to go to. Is it?
Getting caught talking to an ex-boyfriend. The girl in Austin going out on Halloween, where bitches dress like sluts, right? On Halloween.
Yeah.
We're not on good terms. Bitch goes out on Halloween, never comes home.
Well, you know what happened there.
To this day, that fucking bitch swears up and down. Nothing happened. It's like, you know what? Who cares if nothing happened? What is it? What are the optics? What does that look like?
Right.
You know? But it would be like major fuck ups like that would cause me to be like, all right, fine. I gotta get the fuck out of here. You know? So no.
So you needed something very concrete to break up.
Because they would all do the same thing. They would all start crying and making me feel bad.
Okay. So you was avoiding that, but it would take, okay.
Oh, no. It would be a bunch of trial breakups, and they'd be like, please, don't do this. Please. And you look, and I love her, man. You know, so you like, you know, I can take away this person's pain. All right, I'll give you another chance.
But our guys struggle with the breakup themselves. You have a very different angle where you really were the one initiating these breakups. Right. I want to get to the part where these guys struggle at the most, where you wasn't expecting it. Or even if you wasn't expecting it to happen when it did, because you thought that things were kind of working themselves out and that we would eventually get back to where we were in love and shit like that. Yeah. So let's focus more on that part where.
Well, that would be my most recent.
Okay. So when we talk about I'm gonna ask you the next question on this then.
And Anthony, that is what brought me to the red pill.
Oh yeah.
Was that breakup?
Oh yeah. I was there for that. We say, how would you recommend men break up with their women, and why?
Cleanly. It has to be a break off, and then it's over. It's got to be so fucking clean. Like
why? And like when you say break up and clean and it's over, so you're saying we go cold turkey. We don't take calls, texts. We don't meet up. None of that.
Nope.
So why is that? Why do you do that?
Because men are so loyal, you're just so susceptible to being pulled back in. That's why. You're so susceptible. And then that process, you can waste, guys, a year of your life. A year of your life doing this shit. And it's because, please, Wesley, give me another chance. Please. And you're like, all right, man, I love this bitch. All right, come over here and suck daddy's dick. And, you know. But when you do that over a year and they're doing the same shit and you're realizing, hey, this isn't working, you just lost a year of your life. You could have been doing cool shit. Not having this bitch stress you out all the time.
You know what, man? You were talking about these trial breakups. I remember with breakups where it either happened to me or it was happening to her, and either one of us would like try to like come back to the relationship, try to say, look, can we just press the reset button and get back to when we were happy, and let's have sex, and let's just try something different, right? And I think what happens is, like you were saying, that time span where somebody already made the decision that this was it. They had enough. They didn't want to They didn't want to go the next day dealing with that person, right?
Yeah.
They were okay letting it go, and but the other person wouldn't allow it, and that person never got to actually see if that person was even more valuable than the person who they said, you know what, I had enough, I'm done, I'm moving forward. So they never had no time or space to go forward and feel what it's like to be without that person. And now now they feel like they're dragging you along, right?
And spoiler alert. This is why I recommend guys go out and date right away. You just said spending time away from that person. I would say spoiler alert, and spending time with other bitches, new bitches.
Yeah.
You will see that spending time with new bitches, this shit's fucking fun. Hanging out with your old chick is like, there's no fun anymore. It's just not even fucking fun. You're just like, but I love her, man. I fucking love her, man.
So this is the thing. Remember how we talked about in other episodes how we give women credit for past actions or relationship status, and women don't give us that same credit moving forward because women deal with in the moment. Their mindset is in the moment. Today I don't love you. Today I want to break up with you and move past what we got going on right now, and I don't want to include you in it. So what is it about us that we give them credit? You said it was loyalty, but is it something deeper than that?
Yeah, I mean, it's instinctive. This is how our species got to the top of the food chain. When we had tribes that lived in trees and caves and shit like that, it was very, very advantageous for men to be loyal. It was not advantageous for women to be loyal.
Okay.
If another tribe, a neighboring tribe came and took shit over, women could survive. They'd be like, well, we can take these women, we can use them as fuck slaves, or they can form a daycare and take care of our kids.
Say daycare.
Like, I mean, women were when a tribe took you over, women were useful. Men were only useful if you had labor camps, you know?
Yeah.
Women were useful, though. Women could even join the tribe, but they couldn't be loyal to the old tribe.
No.
So, guys, it's not that women are evil. This is a survival instinct. I know a lot of you guys are new to the red pill and you're red pill raging and shit like that. There's no reason to red pill rage, guys. What were we talking about on this podcast a while back? If you had a pet rattlesnake and you fed it since it was a baby and you were like, man, you've had the rattlesnake for fucking 7 years. You know what? I want to reach down and pet that rattlesnake. And then it bites you. Don't be mad, bro. No matter how well you took care of it, it's still a fucking rattlesnake.
Yeah. It's
still a rattlesnake, man.
Instinctually, it's in its DNA and nature, it is still a rattlesnake, and rattlesnakes bite.
Rattlesnakes are not dogs. They don't love you. Even if you love them, they don't love you.
Right.
Hey, do you mind me reading the comment that we kind of based this thread on? I mean, this section on?
What comment?
The comment you sent me on how to be a 3% man Facebook group.
Oh, I sent you. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is kind of I thought that this was a perfect comment. This is by a gentleman named Rich and how to be a 3% man. I won't give his last name because we don't have his permission to use this, so we'll let him remain anonymous. But I think that's really captured Anthony. Like the guy that can't get over his ex, but he's getting better and he's learning, you know. And Rich says he's asking for advice in the how to be a 3% man group, and he says, so no fucking comments saying read the book because I read it 15 times, referring to Corey Wayne in the book How to Be a 3% Man. Corey Wayne, the author, says read the book 10 to 15 times.
That's a
preemptive strike.
Right. And I hate that he wrote that because it's almost a he knows he needs to. Even if he's done it, he knows he still doesn't have it, internalized.
Mhm.
So we talked about that last podcast, by the way.
That you're not walking what you talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he says, no fucking comments saying read the book because I read it 15 plus times. The ex who I really care about is back in the picture, but hot and cold, which is really fucking annoying. My problem for me is, as I explore other options, I feel guilty. We've already hit both of these so far, haven't we?
Yeah.
My ex is the one who ended it. So yeah, logically, I feel like I should be saying fuck her and should have no problem moving on. But I always feel guilty when I do and or even consider doing. And I guess he didn't type that very well, but and or even consider doing things with other women. I'll fill in the blank for him. I almost feel like I'm cheating. I know, weird. Probably because she's back in the picture. If I meet a cool new chick, I don't want to screw it up because the ex is back in the picture. Because the ex is back in the picture, and I'm emotionally attached to her. Any advice? So
He's giving her
this
too
was
much
a great
credit.
comment. Yeah.
He's giving her way too much credit for being an ex. And just because she's sniffing around, she don't get relationship status just because she's sniffing around. That's crazy, man.
Another thing I want to point out if Rich is listening to the show, Rich, you're not anonymously feeling guilty on your own. That's an energy that she's putting out to you.
Oh yeah.
Just so we're clear, okay? You're not just coming up with this guilt all by yourself. The ex being back in the picture, she's dropping little fucking things to you, like. So I mean,
Are you seeing? Right. That comes up a lot.
And then if you answer, I'm not seeing anybody, then she's like, oh, me neither. Whoa. I'm not seeing anybody either. That energy is being given off. Now, let me also tell you, Anthony, because I wanted to make sure to put this in this segment. There's a lot of movies out there, isn't there? There's a lot of movies out there that are like, God damn it. God damn it, I've got 3 dates. I've had 3 dates with Kate Upton in the last 3 weeks. But I'm just the deep guy, man. I just love that one girl, man. I love her, man. I love her. And you're putting yourself in this martyr position. Like, even though and guys, I'm pointing to myself here. I did this. Because you've seen these romantic movies about the guy who's like, just even though Angelina Jolie and I have gone out 4 times this month, I still love my ex, man. It's like you feel like you're getting some sort of points for martyrdom, I guess.
Yeah, I don't.
Do you know the energy I'm talking about, Anthony?
I'm trying to get there. I have a definitely different mental makeup when it comes to exes, because I do understand that anybody that came to the conclusion that my life is better without you doesn't get credit for coming back to see what I got going on after the fact.
You know, I'm gonna hit you with now.
What?
It was my fault, man. After reading this we hear this a lot, don't we? I can't wait for your take on this.
Okay.
But after reading Corey Wayne's book, I realized all the things I did wrong, man. Because remember, you hit me up on text this week. You were like, "Do you even believe that these relationships are fixable?"
Yeah.
Yeah. But after reading this Corey Wayne book, I can do everything right now. Now I can go back and fix this. And what are your thoughts on that, Anthony? Because it's, in my opinion, it's not impossible to fix. But what are your thoughts on this? Because we hear this a lot, right? We hear now I know what I did wrong.
All right. I think Corey Wayne don't don't let you know the cheese on the trap is your ex.
Right? Yeah.
He doesn't want you to get back with your ex. He knows that if he is able to impute his knowledge into your head, that your ex isn't even worth who you are now, that you become, that you've evolved to. So playing around with your ex really for you is just messing with your own ego. Like you have a desire to see. I get this is what guys do. They get new information, Wesley, and they're like, I can do this with my ex and change this around. I can flip this back where it the puzzle fits, and she gonna be more attracted to me because I'm now more attractive because I have all this new knowledge. I know what to do now. I know what a shit test is now. I won't fail that again.
Wow, I know what a shit test is now.
So listen, this what this what happens. You go back into this old relationship that failed, by the way. Keyword. This old relationship failed to the part where you're no longer seeing each other. And you're saying, let's start over, but let's keep things the same. This is what you're saying when you're dealing with exes. Let's start over, but we're gonna keep things the same. We're gonna still have our history, but forget about all the negatives parts. I'm now different, and now I can now be the man I should have been when I wasn't. And the lady's gonna be like, okay, okay, that sounds good and all, but I'm she got other dudes in her inbox. She got a dude texting her right now as you're talking to her, and you're telling her that things are gonna be better and different. And she's like, to keep from outright, you know, crushing your spirits. She hear your excitement. She was like, listen, things are good now, but if you want to try, I'll put you on a trial basis, maybe.
Yeah.
Where no sex is involved. You know what I'm saying? She got you with restrictions. Now you're in a relationship with restrictions. And your dumb ass is ready to get back into it because you're ready to show her all the new techniques you've learned. Instead of dating someone brand new. I used to tell my ex when she used to tell me that she wanted to get back with me. She was like, hey, I've learned from my mistakes. I should have did these things. And I heard what you were saying while we're in a relationship. And now I want to kind of like, start over and show you that I can be a better woman to you. And I'm like, cool. How about you do this? Show that new you to your new boo. Cause I'm through. You know what I'm saying? I'm through with you. That's how I tell exes that try to get back with me on some let's start over shit. Like I'm not up for that, because I understand that you want credit for the past relationship without doing no extra shit.
Yeah.
She don't want to jump through no hoops, nothing like that.
Well, quite the opposite. She wants less hoops.
She don't want well, definitely. That's what I'm saying. She won't go through no hoops. But this is the thing. Let's say you say this. You was like, hey, you know what? Good. Let's say I say this. Let's say I say, you know what? Cool. If you want to come join me, hey, I'm new too. I've evolved. Things have changed for me as well.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to come back over here, since we already have this history, I'm on my AMS shit. You gotta suck a whole lot of dick.
Right.
You can't just come back and just get free access just because I knew you before. There's a lot of things that gotta happen now that's different than what, because if we're gonna go into this thinking that we're not gonna break up again, I gotta see that you down for me
If we're gonna have a different conclusion, we have to do different shit, right?
already.
Can I go back to something that you said? 'Cause I was smiling when you said it. When you said Corey Wayne has kind of like getting your ex back, kind of the cheese in the trap.
Yeah.
Uh, you're so right, because we know Corey Wayne knows that when a chick breaks up with you, you just no more than anything in the world, you just want that bitch back.
Yeah.
So Corey Wayne puts this cheese on the trap, where he's like, "All right, I'll help you get your ex back," right? But then the trap comes over you because you learn all this shit. And Corey Wayne even says, what typically happens is these guys learn all this shit and they find a way better chick.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it is. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of like that movie Taken, where he's given his daughter all these instructions, like, all right, go into the far room. All right, close the door behind you. All right, now I want you to get on the floor, crawl under the bed. Okay, and this next part is really, really important. They're going to take you. That's what Corey Wayne's doing. He's like, all right, do this. Now, to get your ex back, make sure to do this. Then do this. And then make sure to turn, yep. And then you want to, don't text back. Remember, make her bring a bottle of wine over to your house. And then she's got to come to you. All right? Do not reach out to her. She's got to reach out to you. And then Corey Wayne goes, now the next part's really important. You're not going to want your ex back. You're not going to want your ex.
If you want your ex back, right? Because it's something it seems like something's it seems like there is something that you didn't understand why it became a breakup. It's typically some questions unanswered, right? In a breakup that you want to keep. Typically, if you know what, we're probably not good for each other. We probably, everything's toxic. We're always arguing. No one's happy. We're not even having sex. What's the point of this relationship?
I love her, man.
No. What's love got to do with
man.
it? What's love got to do with it?
Well, men get very attached through love. That's why we always talk about vetting so much. Anthony, here's the thing that, in this segment, we can talk about this.
Okay.
When you fall in love with a bitch, you're not 100% at the wheel anymore. And I need you guys to understand that.
Facts.
You're just not. Once you fall in love with a chick, and this is why you have to vet really hardcore the people you allow yourself to get feelings for.
Mm-hmm.
You have to vet them. Because once you have feelings for them, it's kind of like you stop driving, you pull the car over, you stop driving, you get in the back seat, she's driving now, and it's up to her to follow your driving directions to a T, right?
Okay.
But then, like, you tell her, hey, go to Papa's Steakhouse. And she's like, okay, cool. And then you get out of the car and you're at fucking Outback Steakhouse. Hey, bitch, what the fuck? Well, and you're like, okay, well, it's still a steakhouse. I'll let her get away with that, right? And then next thing you know, you're telling her to drive to the grocery store, and she drives you to the fucking Air Force Base in Colorado Springs. You're like, this doesn't even resemble a grocery store. Yeah, but you kind of gave me control of this car a long time ago, so now I just fucking do what I want.
Basically, yep.
Yeah. And that's why if you're going to hire this bitch to be your chauffeur, it's an analogy. Don't send us your fucking emails about, oh, so that's all women are to you? That's all women are to you? They're just fucking chauffeurs? Is that what you said? No, that's not what we said. We're using an analogy, you fucking dumb bitches that are hopefully no dumb bitches are listening to this program. Hopefully we're talking to no one. But it's an analogy. When you used to drive the car, now you have a chauffeur. Because here's the thing, Anthony. You're out in public with this chick and she just decides to go feral and pick a fight and just take her entire plate of food and just throw it at your fucking head. What do? Don't act like a badass motherfucker who's listening to this program. What the fuck do? You know why you're lost for words right now? Because there is nothing to do. You just chose the wrong fucking bitch. You made mistakes like
Long
a
time
year
ago. Yeah.
Yeah, like motherfucker, it is like this is why you vet bitches. And now you're in love with a bitch that just fucking throws plates of food in public. It ain't that easy to get out of it, guys. Because you're not at the wheel anymore.
It's
You're
easy
not at
for
the
me.
wheel.
It's easy for me.
Well, that's why you have the nickname King Cutoff. That's why you have that nickname.
It's real easy for me.
But for many of us, Anthony, this is where we get stuck.
Yeah.
We didn't vet this bitch. She was good in the bedroom and she's really physically attractive. And guys, don't feel guilty. Don't feel guilty for being attracted to bitches and loving sex. We get it. We're right here with you. We're right here with you. But goddamn it, man, before you let yourself fall in love with a bitch, you have to do far more vetting. Anthony, I thought that message that you screenshot me and sent me over, that really kind of captured the spirit of this segment, right?
Yeah.
Where he's like improving himself and he's learning about all this shit, but as soon as his ex comes back into the picture, he's right back to doing the old shit, that he was doing before, right? That's what you see, right?
And that's what we call kryptonite, fellas.
Good fucking
when you have someone that can affect you differently, when you're doing the things that you should be doing, and then all of a sudden she comes around and you get how do I say, you can't compute, like things just don't make sense anymore.
We talked about last week somebody getting a dog purchased for them, and what was the dog's name? Strike. Getting a dog purchased for them. The ex kept the dog, so it was never really his dog. He didn't even name it. And you had the brilliant fucking quote, Anthony. I'm still tripping out with your quote. You said, naming the dog is 70% of dog ownership.
Shit. When every time you call the dog or you yell at the dog for doing something, like that's part of the fucking animal's life. Like that dog dies with that name, right? Most likely, if it's not a rescue dog, probably dies with that name. So naming the fucking animal is part of owning that fucking animal, man.
So you shouldn't be surprised whenever there's a breakup and she keeps the dog. But before we broke up, you agreed you would pay for this dog's vet bills to get neutered and get chipped. Even though I'm keeping the dog, you still pay for this.
Nah, you
keep pay for my fucking ex's vet bills. Are you fucking insane?
Yeah, that don't make no sense.
But dude, trying to get your ex back, trying to make her warm up and get happy, boy. It doesn't make any sense. But you find yourself asking, should I do this? Motherfucker, no! You would not do that with any other bitch in your rotation. I love your analogy. That's what these bitches are. Your exes, when it comes to your rotation, because you're not in a relationship.
Nope.
They are rotation kryptonite.
Yep.
You've learned all this other shit, but you can't execute it on your ex.
Nope.
Because it was never set up that way to begin with.
Nope.
She wants to go, Anthony, back to regularly scheduled programming.
Exactly.
When you guys get back together.
Yep.
She doesn't want the new you.
No.
The new you is not advantageous for
exactly.
her. That's what I told this gentleman I was talking to about this. I was like, she didn't like the old you, but she don't like the new you either because she can't get away with the same bullshit she used to get away with.
Because this is a thing. This is why. This
right?
and Coach Corey Wayne said this a lot. He was like, "Look, man, it's possible." He always said it's possible, but it's very difficult to get a woman. Let's think about this. A woman can't when a woman falls out of tune with you, and it's like what's going on with your life. She don't see you in a respect as a man that she respects. She don't see a man that she can get with for the long haul. So she's like, you know what? There's other men more valuable than this guy that I don't even know. That I'd rather take a chance on than a guy I actually know. For how long, man, years, months, whatever, y'all been together, she's willing to trade in a new guy, a new car, new model, new everything for something she already knows and understands, or she thinks she understands, right? So the thing is this though, guys. This lady who gave up on you is moving on. And when she comes back to check up on you, I was telling Wesley this before. I say most exes that come back sniffing around couldn't get back what they lost.
Yeah.
So they coming back and say, "Hey, so I was thinking about our relationship, and I kind of miss doing these hangouts we had. I remember when you used to take me out downtown in the skybox and look over the city as the sun was setting, and we would have wine and have great conversation. And I miss that. You know why? Because you were giving her the most. She probably didn't even deserve it, and you gave it to her because that's just who you are. And then she goes out and she realized that these guys out here ain't giving her that. And now she wants to feel, appreciated. But she's out there trying to she's chicken, and she's jumped in the lobster tank, and people is like, I ain't buying that shit. I want the lobster.
Yeah.
Get that chicken out the tank. We don't even want that. Get that chicken out the tank. We want lobster. And she ain't lobster. She chicken.
Yeah.
So she wants to come back to you because you treat her like a lobster.
Right. She's like, I'm still worthy of shit, right? And this is why we tell you guys not to fucking give validation to your exes, because they're only coming to you for validation to have a boyfriend for 10 minutes to be like, no, it's okay, girl. Just jump back. I mean, you're giving them validation because you want to get back together with them. Here's what they're doing to you. That validation that you're giving them is giving them the confidence to jump back in that lobster tank. You know what? Wesley still wants me. Let me jump back in that lobster tank again. Let me try again. Wesley's giving me the confidence that I can eventually be one of the lobsters at the pick. Bitch, you're a chicken. You're a chicken. Like, if you went into a fine seafood restaurant, Anthony, and there was a lobster tank of great lobster, if you saw a chicken swimming around there, you'd be like, what the fuck is going on?
Mm-hmm.
Motherfucker, but what?
Who let that chicken in the lobster tank?
God damn it. God damn it. Who put a catfish in the lobster tank? Somebody want to farm raise catfish
Nope.
in the fucking lobster tank? Can somebody tell me who put a crappie in the fucking lobster tank?
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, bitch, it's scary out there in the lobster tank, ain't it?
I bet.
People fucking come over. I want that lobster right there. And you're the little crappie swimming around.
Don't nobody want me? Don't nobody want me?
Hold on, crappie tastes good. You're the farm raised catfish like swimming around. Ignore these whiskers. I'm gonna grow some pinchers next week. I guess ignore the pinchers is not a good analogy because I'm sorry, whiskers, because lobsters have whiskers. I digress, guys.
Antennas.
They have the antennas. Yeah, so the catfish is in there trying to mimic a lobster. I'm growing some pinchers next week. Well, I mean, with our roundabout analogy, what I'm trying to say is, guys, it's scary out there for them being single. And when you give them validation, you're only giving them courage.
Yes.
Go back out there.
Yep. because they feel they can always come back to you because you're gonna always be available. So when you give them the time of day to come and give them conversation that's via text, answering the phone calls, your ex is an ex for a reason. Let it play out. See what happens. Continue on with your life and then see if, because sometimes maybe in the very rare moments, your ex was probably better than any new chicks you came across, right? But I'm not the guy that's willing to give them that much credit. Not me. But I do see guys struggle with this a lot. And I wanted Wesley to kind of help you guys get over the anxiety that you guys have with exes, because Wesley is telling you he struggled with getting over his exes as well for multiple different reasons. It may not be the same as yours, but for multiple different reasons. I want to ask you another question, Wesley. Is it easier to let her break up with you, or should you let her? I mean, is it easier to let her break up with you, or should you just break up with her when you see it starting to go downhill?
Well, this one's not even close. I mean, being broke up with, being completely out of control, it fucks with you psychologically, and being broken up with makes you do stupid shit. It's when you are at least when you break up with a girl, you basically told the girl, "Bitch, pull this car over," and then you get out of the back seat and you open the driver's side door and you throw her out of the car and you drive away. You know, when
I've done that to my friend before, and she didn't believe it was happening because when you said that, this is in Houston. I had came back from the Navy. I was visiting her. We was in the car. She was disrespecting me. I forgot what she was saying, but she was talking a lot of shit. I said, "Hey, stop doing that because I don't like it. If you do it again, I'm pulling over and putting you out." She didn't believe me. I pulled into some apartment complex entrance and I pulled over. I said, "Get the fuck out." And she wouldn't like get out. She said no. I unlocked her
Hold on,
up.
that surprises me. Every girl I know in the year 2020 would jump out of the car all loud and proud. Fine.
This wasn't 2020.
Bitches were smarter back in these days.
Right.
They knew like, oh shit.
But I was serious. And maybe she thought I wasn't. Maybe she was calling my bluff. Um because I didn't physically put my hands on her, right? I just unlocked the seatbelt and I said, "Yeah, get the fuck out. You want to talk shit? Get the fuck out." It was drizzling, not raining hard, but drizzling kind of heavy. So she gets out and I pull off. I pull off. She calls me on my cell phone and she's like, "I can't believe you left me. Are you coming back to get me?" And I said, "For what? I'm You disrespected me. I asked you to get the fuck out of my car." So I was serious about that. I said, "Unless, you know, you got an apology and I can guarantee, and you're not gonna do this shit again." So it's the last time she disrespected me, right? And the thing is, man, guys, women don't respect you until you demand or command it. And there's certain things that I don't allow in relationships with myself. There are certain principles that I live by, and they transcend any relationship. I'll end a relationship if they break my principles, if they don't conform to the way I live and want my life to be. So no relationship is going to trump my own desires for my own life. And I see guys giving past relationships more credence than their own principles. And that lets me know that you're just a weaker man, that you allow this kryptonited woman to come into your life and make you weak. You're not weak when you're going out with these newbies because you got new information. You know how to strategize your life. You know how to set up your relationships and into what you want them to be. But somebody that has a history with you for some reason gets the best of you.
It's so weird, Anthony, because the people that you had a past relationship with, it's almost impossible to not. This is what I was explaining with like the dog thing earlier, right?
Hmm.
There's all these weird rules that were grandfathered in before you knew the red pill
Yeah.
that you feel obligated to live by. You can't really explain because nobody can explain. I'm gonna go ahead and pay the vet bills for my fucking ex, right? Nobody can explain that, but you're kind of under this duress of like, yeah, but I love her and I kind of hope we get back together. Um, and all this new red pill shit, she's not hip to that. So, I can't really do that new shit I learned with her, right?
Okay.
It's like you're adhering to some of these old rules. But guys, you're a new man now. You can't go back to that, right? I mean, I thought the way you guys were selling this to me was like, oh no, now I know this new stuff. Now I can fix the old relationship. Guys, but when she says no to you, or when she's unhappy, do you still know all this red pill shit?
Mm-mm.
Right? When you have to have a difficult conversation with her and be like, no, not paying any vet bills.
When you're under duress
Yeah, but
because she's upset, like you said, she's upset, she's crying, and
my feelings.
right. For guys that don't understand, I, Donovan Sharp said something that I'm going to carry with me forever. I don't believe women who cry unless they're crying by
It's
themselves.
so true. I've heard him say that too, dude. It's so true. It's so fucking true. Unless they're crying, but if you walk up on a bitch and she's crying,
Yeah,
but even then,
but that she could have known you would come in.
she could have known you were coming.
Yeah.
But I'm also like, I see bitches cry over dumb shit by themselves too. It doesn't mean you're wrong.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Exactly.
We talked about this last week. Just because a bitch is mad doesn't mean you're wrong. And bitches don't have to be happy all the fucking time. They don't.
Nope. It's not your job to make them happy. They're not supposed to be in some infinite happiness land, like some Wonderland or Disney fairy tale either. So you're taking on burdens that you shouldn't take on for someone that should be looking to make themselves happy. You will never make someone happy that is not happy already. We said this last week. So this false premise that you guys have of going backwards to an ex. Corey Wayne has taught you guys, and we're talking about the 3%, how to be a 3% man book. It's teaching you guys how to be a better you. And the cheese on the trap is your ex, but he really don't want you to be with your ex.
Right.
He want you
Right.
to be a better man. And becoming a better man makes you a higher value man, and your ex will be someone you will, in my own experience, despise. Where you're like, how did she even get me? I don't even know how I allowed her to even exist in my realm because I'm so much better now. I can even say I wasn't enough for her in that relationship, but who I am today, she's still the same person and she doesn't deserve who I am today. Like I can make that assessment. I don't need to go back to her to know what that is.
Anthony, one of the things I want to ask you about, because I've heard this, where guys are secretly kind of wanting to get back together. They're secretly kind of hoping.
And they act like she don't know.
By the way, right? I mean, I didn't even think of that angle, but this is why I'm asking you. I want
Okay.
your take on this. Where you hear guys talking about their ex, they've come to terms with, we're not together anymore. They are starting a rotation, and you'll hear this one. No, man. Hey, you know what? I don't even care anymore. It's cool, dude. I just want to fuck her.
Nah.
I just want to. No, Anthony, believe me. I just want to fuck her one more time.
Nah.
No, I
You,
just
you know what?
I just want to hate fuck her one last time.
So
dude, this is, guys, don't laugh. This is common.
no.
Super common.
I look,
Where
I'm
men
a
lie to themselves.
right. I've been there. I'll say this with my most recent ex. I did that. I was like, you know what? One more time. And in the middle of it, I was like, I don't want her no more. That was my conclusion. I was like, she broke up with me, but I didn't want her no more. I was like, man, because I wanted to come in, Wesley. I said, I'm gonna dig in it so deep that I want her to, miss me when I'm gone, right? But in the middle of it, I realized I was like, I don't even want her no more. Like I thought I did, and then I was like, I don't. So I don't know if guys are trying to come to that conclusion or if they're trying to see. But what if it's good to you, right? What if she put some new moves on you, and what you thought you was going into being controlled, and now that kryptonite, you stayed in the kryptonite too long. Now you're going right back to what? Because now you finished, you laying in bed, and you both looking in each other's eyes, and she was like, "Baby, won't you gonna make me something to eat? I just gave you just this lovely sex. Go make me something to eat in the kitchen." And you like, okay, baby. Because that's what happens when you in kryptonite too long.
Yeah.
And you,
By the way, that was for our listeners. That was a true story that you told me. Remember that story?
bro.
Give me something to eat. And you were like, well, see, she caught you off guard.
This wasn't.
She just gave you some good vagina, and you love to cook.
Right.
So you're like.
So it's natural. It's not. Look.
Watch this shit. Watch this fucking amazing shit I make for you. You're gonna have your mind blown. But you're like that with guys.
Right. I'll do that.
Watch this amazing food I can cook for you. So she kind of caught you in the perfect storm. But what happened after that? What happened after she said, "Go make me some food," and you did?
I became very weak in her eyes.
And then what happened?
We broke up.
Yep. And he doesn't mean break up in the true sense of the word, because you weren't in a relationship.
No.
But she left your rotation soon after that, didn't she?
Yep.
Yep.
So even if it's not relationship based, it's what Wesley like to call there's shit at stake.
Shit at stake.
When you leave being who you are, I don't know what's wrong with the mic, but it keeps doing it. When you keep, it's like an echo.
Oh, okay.
When you keep going back to being beta once you've showed strength, when you go back to being beta, it's telling her that she can control you still. Because if she can make you switch up from fucking her real good to go do something for me because I said so, that doesn't match, right? So there's no And when we talk about, if you know what we know about women, you she needs a chase. And if she don't have to chase you, there's no there's no fun in it. You let a cat, you see toys for cats. People can leave toys for cats around. Cat won't fuck with it. Soon as you pick up that damn toy,
That's a good analogy. Yeah, as soon as you pick up the toy and make it start moving
they
around,
they going crazy. They are crazy. They're going crazy. So that's what I want for you guys to understand. There's there's some psychology to this. This is not just you and your feelings, and you think that you think that there's still some feelings there when it's actually just your loyalty, your instinct to be loyal to somebody you cared about.
Well, I also think the guys are very much in denial of motherfucker. You don't want to just fuck her one more time. You
No.
want to. You've created this narrative in your head where you're like, I'm just gonna fuck her one time, man. One more time, I'm gonna hate fuck her. And in your mind, you've got this fantasy of like, man, I just went to go fuck her one more time. We just fucking fell in love again, man. It's fucking crazy. We just fucking fell in love again, man.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird. It's like, dude, I see what you're doing. I fucking see what you're doing. Anthony, before we leave this segment, because I want your opinion on this. Another thing, another reason you kind of get caught in women's web when you're dealing with your exes, to your using your analogy, their kryptonite to you, is because your ex, and what's the goal, Anthony, of woman fuckery? What's the goal?
Wait,
Shame.
oh, okay. Well, I was trying to see where you was going with that.
Woman fuckery, and guys, that is, you're not going to read that in any book. That's my shit. The goal of woman fuckery is one thing: shame. These bitches can't beat you in an arm wrestling match. They can't fucking beat you in a fist fight. But they can beat you when it comes to shaming your fucking ass and making you feel like shit about yourself. And nobody can do this like your ex. Your ex can make you feel like shit without fucking drinking coffee in the morning. Like, I mean, because your ex knows everything about you and they're going to use it against you. Case in point, if someone came up to you and was like, Wesley, ugh, you're ghetto. I could be like, bitch, you don't fucking know me. Shut the fuck up. I'm ghetto. Fuck you. Fuck out of here. You dumb bitch. But if your ex comes up to you and says some shit like, you know what? Ghetto as fuck. What the fuck are you talking about? That's why your ass moved to Fifth Ward. Because in your heart, you're ghetto. And you really live in Fifth Ward. And you're like, is that why I moved there? I'm fucking ghetto. That's where the ghetto boys are from. That's why you live in Fifth Ward. You ghetto as fuck. Because they know shit about it.
Right.
So they can make you fucking feel like
they change the narrative. Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, that's another reason why they've got you dancing to a different drum than anybody else in your rotation.
Yeah.
Because you are bombarded with shame, guys. You're bombarded with shame. This is something your ex can do to you. And guys, this is what the goal of woman fuckery is. It is to shame you, make you doubt yourself. And the only way you can fix yourself and become a better man is if you use them. Right? They're the only ones. They're the only ones on the planet that see how shitty you are. So you need her to make yourself better. Everyone else that doesn't think you're shitty, you've got them fooled. But she knows the real you. No, I'm telling you, Anthony, this is what these fucking hoes do. I'm sorry. I shouldn't say that. This is what these bitches do. They make you think like, I know the real you. I know what's really going on behind closed doors. You fucking motherfucker. And they'll mix truths. And you know what? They might believe this shit. But the problem is, guys, you guys should not believe this shit.
No.
The gentleman that had the dog deal, I want to update everybody here. What happened with that? He says I twisted his arm to make him not pay for the vet bills of his ex, and things were kind of going well between them. And I wonder what could have happened. I wonder what could have happened if I'd have just stayed the course and fucking did her bidding and gave her money. Maybe she'd have taken me back. And this is what I told him. And I want to give credit where credit is due. My favorite weightlifter is CT Fletcher. And this gentleman wants to be strong, right? How do I become stronger?
CT Fletcher, motherfucker, be like, he go to his fucking arms like, grow,
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 motherfucker, grow.
grow.
I command you to grow. Like, I mean, CT Fletcher, guys, look up his
The
YouTube
beast.
videos if you don't know anything about him. And I'm glad you said the word beast because I quoted CT Fletcher because this gentleman wants to be strong. How do I get stronger? It's not a major fucking thing. And when you're doing strong shit, the person you're being strong for may not fucking like what you're doing. Your little infant, your little 4-year-old, your little 7-year-old, they're not gonna like mommy and daddy when they don't get ice cream for 3 meals a fucking day. But you have to be unpopular and you have to tell them no. And I told him, I was like, you want to know what it is to be strong? This is what it means to be strong. When you fucking refuse to pay for your ex's vet bills, even when it makes them unhappy, and even when it's and I hate when this gentleman uses this term, even when it's the nail in the coffin of the relationship. And CT Fletcher, Anthony, says this quote, because this gentleman wants to be mentally stronger and wants to be more red pill. And CT Fletcher says, famously, everybody wants to be a beast. Everybody wants to be a beast until it's time to do beast shit.
Yeah.
Okay? Not paying for this fucking dog's vet bills is going to make you unpopular. And the reason I keep bringing up this example, Anthony, is not because there's any merit in this whatsoever. I keep bringing this up because it's the most ridiculous shit I've ever fucking heard. I can't believe the audacity of a bitch to keep a dog that was supposedly bought for this gentleman. And then when he leaves, she keeps it. And then she has the audacity to reach out and be like, you agreed to pay for this neutering. The audacity. This is the dumb shit I'm talking about.
So it's the same woman that said, you're no longer worth anything for me to continue anything with you.
Can't live here anymore.
So,
gotta go live somewhere else.
but I'll still take your money from you.
Yeah. Your money is just as good as if I was dating Dwayne Johnson and he gave me money.
Bitch, you better ask Trump for another stimulus check, bitch.
Anthony, this wasn't like a small amount of money. This was like $500 in vet bills.
What?
Yeah, this was. I mean,
That's so easy for me to answer right now, man.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
Man, it's beyond ridiculous.
I want to be stronger, motherfucker. Being stronger isn't fucking going and taking the kids to get milkshakes. That's fucking easy. Being strong is the kid does something really fucked up and you look them in the eye and say, you're going to bed without dinner. You're not going to be popular. And we talked about this on the show before. Crystal Ball, check out The Hill on YouTube on the show she has Rising. And she famously says, if you have principles when it's super easy to have principles, yeah, let's give women the right to vote. Yeah. And everyone's cheering you on for your principles. But then when your principles become unpopular, you abandon those principles, then you never had principles.
Right.
Never. Never. Never, my friend.
If you can't stand on something that you stand for, and someone asks you to annihilate what you stand for, why stand for anything if that's possible?
Yeah, your standing for something is whatever's popular at the time with her, right? Whatever's popular with her at the time, as long as she's happy. And you're gonna fool yourself into thinking that you're not some sort of relationship slave, but you are. You're gonna convince yourself, no, when you love people, you just have to sacrifice. Sacrifice yourself, sacrifice your strength. No, fellas. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to be like Liam Neeson on this one. I know that Corey Wayne put the cheese in the trap, like you're gonna get your ex back. But like Liam Neeson said, the next part is very important. They're going to take you. I think we can close out this segment by saying the next part is very important. Your ex sucks. Your ex isn't that fucking cool. You developed feelings for a bitch that did not deserve it. But you don't understand, man. I fucked up. I did all this shit. Convince yourself that it's your fault so that you can convince yourself you're still in control of your destiny. You're not. Damn. It got dark, didn't it?
Look, I wanted you to send them off in the right direction, Wesley. I don't want them to get confused about their own lies to themselves. You know, get past the bullshit that you think that is salvageable, and get to the point where you're moving forward. And if you guys find each other later on in life, man, I'm not saying that it's but how many bitches should you put between you and the ex to be honestly healthy to come back? Yeah.
Because we're not going to count relationships.
No.
Dates. I'd say a good solid number is 25.
Man, that's why we're on the same vibe.
Well, my wife freaks out because like if she hears my take on something and then you're rewatching something or she asks you the exact same question, it's like, Jesus Christ, you guys are best friends. Motherfucker, y'all have the exact same. And I'm like, dude, it's not planned. This is just the life we live.
I like 25 because if I meet 25 bitches and I've changed from the last time I was with my ex and I'm better and I feel more confident, you know, moving forward in my life, and I'm with my ex again and then I'm feeling and I'm vibing her still and I'm like, damn, I remember this is why we was together and I'm gonna give this bitch another chance. 25 bitches to me between that is enough to be like, I've met enough to know the difference between my past feelings for her and my new situation with her. I kind of talked to you about being in frequency and being out of frequency when a person, like, you know, you're leaving Houston and 97.9 the box is no longer available. It turned into country music or some other station, and it's like I'm out of tune with her, you know.
All of a sudden you're going 1 minute 97.9 the bit action. We're gonna change to the red fresh remix tonight, and it's like chilling on a dirt road, laid back, swerving like I'm George Jones. Like, what the fuck happened to 97.9 the box? Jesus Christ! You're like, oh shit, I'm in Beaumont now. Fuck!
Damn it!
But
yeah,
but you can't get 97.9 the box when you're that far out though.
Nope. There's
no way to do it.
Gotta find something else.
Yeah. I really like that question of like, how many chicks do you need to have between you after your ex? And I said 25 because I know out of that 25,
somebody gonna be better.
Well, I probably slept with 12 at least.
Oh, you being very generous to these guys.
Yeah. But I slept with 12 at least out of 25.
I'll give them 6. 5 to 6.
Really? Because women are a lot more promiscuous now. I mean, but hold on. We're coming to this.
I'm talking about guys who are fucking still in love with their ex.
No, you're right. My bad. So 6 is a good number, but 25 and these guys also, I still hear motherfuckers saying this shit like, I like this girl, so I'm not gonna try to sleep with her.
Mm.
Like, god damn it, what fucking books are you reading that say this shit? God damn it. Fuck. That drives me fucking crazy. It's always a guy's job to try to have sex. When sex happens, it's a man's fault. Okay? If you're not trying to have sex, Jesus Christ, we were talking about women from other countries earlier today
Oh
on the
yeah,
phone.
yeah.
Dude, if you don't try to have sex with them, they look at you like,
Ooh,
what the fuck, are you gay? Or
right, right.
I
I'm a
didn't think a gay man would ask me out. What the fuck?
I'm a
Maybe he just wants to be friends.
man. I was in the Navy, and when I was overseas, women expected men to be men, and men should and in this they expect men to want sex, right? And the thing is over there is the mindset of women. Um, it's very very rare here in the United States, and their mindset is that when they see a guy they like, they go get him. They don't. There's no bullshit about them. They're not playing this fucking damsel in distress role. They're like, I like you, you're mine, I want you, take me. That's their mindset. And if you decide to take them, they will guard you with their fucking lives because they are not letting anybody else get near you. And they will protect the guy that they went to go get because they're hunters out there. There are straight up hunters out there. And when I came back to the United States after being in the military, and I'm like dealing with westernized women that don't want to have nothing to do with you until you approach them, it's like, what's going on? I'm like, what's wrong with these women? They don't want to talk to me. They're not interested. What's going on? So, man, I had to kind of like catch up with reality of being back in the United States after I left overseas, man, because it was like, wow. And you know what? I always ended up with women, the aggressive women here. Normally, the aggressive women here have something a little off about them. Like they're aggressive for a reason. You know what I mean? So the culture over there is a little different than the culture here. So them doing the same thing here is different from the women that's doing it there, if that makes sense. And I won't go into too much depth about that. We'll probably save that for a whole nother segment.
Yeah, it's very interesting because, guys, you're not being a nice guy by not pursuing sex. I
No,
can't stress this
you're
enough.
weak.
But guys, this is part of your journey. You have to understand because your ex, in this segment, we're talking about this. Your ex has bombarded you with so much shame that they've really got you thinking like, oh my god, like, holy shit, I'm such a bad person. They've got you thinking like, be honest with yourself, guys. If Kate Upton wanted to come over and fuck you, you'd be totally cool with it. And there's no reason to be ashamed of that. Come on now. Come on, guys. Nope. I love my ex, man. I fucking love her, man. I fucking love her.
I don't.
Like,
That's different for me because I never had a mindset where I love my ex. Like a woman that don't want to be in my life anymore is not. It's not somebody I say I love. You know what I mean? It's weird for me to and just because she comes back around sniffing doesn't mean she loves me. You know what I mean? Like she don't have
she does
this.
love validation. Still.
Oh, definitely.
She still loves validation.
That's for sure.
Hey, Anthony, I want to get into this. I'm going to go live.
Okay.
Facebook group as we get into this.
All right.
Because we got this next segment I'm excited about. Because COVID-19 has moved to the front lines. COVID-19, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna go live because I think this is a tame enough topic.
Okay.
That we can go live and talk a little bit about dating apps. Why don't you cover that while I'm setting up our live? Why don't you cover dating apps prior to COVID-19 and dating apps after COVID-19.
Mm. Well, the the movement of the dating apps, as far as like how the activity is high. Let's say, if you're watching this on live, the activity was like right here before COVID. After COVID, I would say 2 weeks, 3 weeks into COVID, activity was here, like beyond crazy, high activity. Um, and the reason I think for that is, one, people were bored, people were more at home. There was not a lot going on that they could do. So what they say, I mean, what's the name of that song? Bored in the house, and I'm in the house bored. Like,
Bored in the house and I'm in the house bored.
so there's a lot of people in the house bored. And what else to do if you're single? Hell, you ain't gotta be single these days to be on dating apps. But if you was like, hey, I want some company, or not that, I just need conversation or validation, dating apps is the way to go for them. And they were out there, and they were putting themselves out there. Wesley asked me a question about dating apps. He kind of wanted me to rank these dating apps. And when I got the question, I laughed inside, because honestly, for me, dating apps are what you make out of them. No dating app really transcends another in a sense where one's better than the other, because they all have their faults. And so I'm gonna go through some of those. I'm gonna go through the faults of these apps. I'm gonna go through some of the benefits of these apps. And Wesley asked me a specific question. And
Hold on a second, because we just had a Facebook group join us.
okay,
What did the dating apps look like after COVID-19? Like,
you wasn't listening?
well, I was listening, but I kind of wanted a little bit more detail. Like, what was the thirst factor? Did women become more thirsty? Did it become less thirsty?
Well, I was saying the activity was high. I don't see women's thirst portrayed until after we've had conversations. It's difficult for a woman to show thirst on an app without kind of putting themselves out there, and women don't like to put themselves out there. So when they think they're putting themselves out there by being on the app anyway, right?
Wow.
So
Boy, are they brave. Really?
so when
Wow.
well, you think about it, man. And you've been on these apps before. Like, these women inbox are flooded with simps of the year,
Yep.
and
Nice.
yeah, guys that are telling them everything they want to hear, or they think they want to hear. And if you hold them any type accountable, then you're a jerk, right? So
Yeah.
you got these women out here that's just looking for validation, and anytime you hold them to any type of account, they'll dismiss you, unmatch you, whatever it is that they do. They're just listen. They want all. They're like Trump. They want all positive energy. They want all positive news. Nothing negative. If you
And if you give them something that's negative, you're fake news.
right,
Yeah.
right.
I don't believe you. I don't believe that I don't look just like Kate Upton. I don't believe it.
Well, there's a couple of things that
Okay. So it was like that before COVID-19.
yes.
Did it start to slow down a little bit
Well,
after
well,
COVID-19?
well, women had to well, I'll be honest, man. I only in COVID-19, I've only was on one. Because in COVID-19, I really wasn't looking for newbies. You know what I'm saying? So somebody might have more information out there than I do as far as the before and after COVID. Because I rely more on my rotation and roster than I did going after anybody new. You know what I mean? I stayed with my inner circle, so to speak.
I want the real skinny on this. What is rank for me your top 5 dating apps right now, month of May 2020? What are the top 5 dating apps in order? Start with number 5 and go up to number 1. Anthony, you're out on these streets and you are dating right now. What do you consider to be number 5 with of all the dating apps?
Man, so this is my opinion, right? So if I'm gonna give you my opinion, um, there is no top 5. I think dating apps are what you make it, and the one that fits you.
That's your answer to this.
I got more. I
Okay,
just
I was
want to
about
give
say,
you.
like, what?
I want to give you a general answer, and then I'll go into more into specifics. My general answer is the top 5 for me may not be the same top 5 for you. Because what I'm looking for in my demographics and what I'm searching for as far as a person may be totally different than what you're looking for. And how are you dating? Are you looking for someone to be in a relationship with? Are you looking for someone just to smash? You know what I'm saying? Just in and out. You know what I'm saying?
These sound like very safe answers.
I got more. I got more to give you. I'm just giving you a general summary
But
of
Anthony,
why.
I want to unmask you here. I
You're
want
not
to
gonna unmask my fucking general summary of
I
what.
know, but I'm just saying what our listeners want to know is like your go-tos. You are a cocksman, right? You are a
No.
cocksman. You have got a strong rotation.
So
Give them the skinny.
give
You're
me.
trying. I feel like you are running for president right now, man. You're like, well, it depends on what you want. All dating apps are kind of the same.
This
No,
is
no, no. What is going on your phone? You see
you
what I'm
want.
saying?
You want.
I'm bringing the real shit out to our listeners tonight.
You don't. You don't want to listen because you
No,
jumping. You're
no,
jumping. You're
because
jumping
you are
ahead.
giving me political answers.
It's not political. It's not political. If you look at my answer, if I'll show you my answer right now, does it look politicized? This is a lot of fucking information.
But
So
when I see
don't.
paragraphs, I feel like it's politicized. I feel like you have a whole presidential acceptance speech.
All right. So um this is a again, there is no top ones. I think the ones that are top are the ones that work for you the best. So I'll go through what happens and why I do what I do and why I say which ones rank higher than others. So even if you do have ones of your favorite and your least favorite, I still say you rotate between apps. You don't stick with the same ones and you don't be on the ones at the same time. You don't go from app to app to app to app every day. Don't do that. Don't make swiping part of your day as something that you're um like you go up, you wake up, you brush your teeth, and you swipe, right? No, don't fucking be swiping throughout the day. You pick like just like you only have time to get dressed and get ready. Only have so much time to get up and get ready for work. You only give yourself so much time to swipe. Do not do this shit throughout the day. You know what I'm saying? Don't grab your phone, go in the toilet, take a shit, and swiping. Don't do it. The reason I say this is because you're going to what? What are you knowing me about? What you did?
I feel like you have your favorite apps.
I do. I'm gonna get to him. I'm gonna get to him.
But
I'm gonna get to him. The reason I gotta preface you with this information is because the techniques I'm gonna give you
oh, I see.
is going
Got a
to
lot of foundation.
is going to it's layered, okay? Because let's say I tell you all my favorite apps, Wesley, and you go and download all of them.
Right.
You're gonna try to deal with each of those apps in the same way, and you gotta put photos on them. You gotta put a write up on them. You gotta put your own critique on what type of woman you're looking for on them. Right? You're gonna be going through all that. Eventually, you're gonna tire of that shit, and you're not gonna actually pay attention to what you're doing. You just kind of want to get through it real quick so you can get to swiping. The reason I'm telling you that don't go through all of them at once, you're going to rotate through them because what you're going to do is you're going to find yourself kind of rotating through the same women at some point. But you're also going to do this with these apps. You're not going to just, you're going to be very specific, and you're going to actually rotate ages inside of these apps.
Whoa, hold on a second. This seems like a pro tip.
Yes.
You're going to rotate ages.
You're not.
Now we're getting to real shit. Now I'm liking what we're doing.
That's why I'm telling you, slow down. Let me build this.
Listen. I have to interview you for this segment, and our listeners want the hard-hitting questions. They want to hear the real shit.
You know,
They want to know what's really happening.
you can't skip seduction, bro. You gotta let me build up. You know what I'm saying? So once we get to the apps that we want to deal with, not only do we rotate the apps, we rotate ages. So whatever your age is right now, you want to go slightly below and up to your age, right? Then you want to go and let's just start with a medium age. Let's go with 32 years old. Okay, 32 years old. You want to look at women between 27 and 32, right?
Okay.
Then you're gonna go below 27 and go with 22 to 26. That's when you want to kind of rotate between those two age ranges. And if you got time, then you're gonna fuck with the 32 to 35s, right? To see what's out there. Okay. Now, why is this important? Why rotate ages? Well, when you're dealing with this let's say you put the age. Well, Anthony, why don't I just look at 22 to 35 out together and not get all of them at the same time? These are different women. These are mentally different women when it comes to how you respond to them. How do you ask for dates and phone numbers? How fast do you ask for dates and phone numbers? When you're talking about someone in your age range or above your age range, these are women with what we call traditional values. So, like Wesley was trying to get me to get to the nitty gritty right off the bat, right? And I was like, "Nah, I can't do it.
They want to know what's happening on the streets.
I wanna build up. You know, I gotta build this up a little bit, give you some foundation, and that's what happens when you're dealing with women your age and above. You're talking about having to build a foundation first. We're talking about conversation that has nothing to do with dating. We're talking about conversation that has nothing to do with getting a phone number. You know what I'm saying? So we're building first, just so motherfuckers understand that, hey, I ain't crazy. I ain't a Looney Tune out here that just downloaded the app and I'm trying to find the first woman that's coming out that want to come to my house.
Well, you talked about earlier building your profile.
Yes.
What do guys need to have in their profile when it comes to dating apps?
Oh man.
Is this
You
now?
you don't want me to
Setting
go through the rotation of what's the best ones yet? Okay.
setting up your dating app profile can be a blessing in disguise, and make sure to be specific when you
Pacific.
tell them what to put in their dating profile. Please.
This is gonna be a whole course. We might have to. I might have to charge money for, it. But your dating profile should be um photos of you enjoying yourself. You know, around other people, so they know that you're not a guy that doesn't have friends. It is a subconscious thing for women to see you by yourself and only by yourself. She's probably gonna ask you, "Hey, do you have any friends?"
Can I ask a specific question on this? Um, do all of your photos in your dating profile need to look like someone else took them and you were unaware that the photo was being taken?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because that's what I'm seeing out there. Like, I'm not talking about dating profiles. Again, this is your segment here where I'm just trying to find out the facts for everybody. But it seems like what I see on social media is if we're people that are watching the live stream on YouTube will see me like, this is the picture that they get. Like, I'm not even looking at the camera. Like, some reporter that was following my life took a photo.
to me,
Took a photo of me. I'm just over here living my life, being the cool motherfucker I am, and they're just like, yeah, what? Oh, people are taking pictures of me. Oh shit. Yeah, it just, I mean, that's what it seems like all social media pictures look like. What do your pictures look like on these dating apps?
mostly selfies.
What?
Yeah,
Where you're looking at the camera?
yeah.
Shit. All right.
Let's go live and look at my profile right now.
Whoa. Hold on a second. Let's do that. Are you bringing it up on your phone?
Yeah.
That way we can push to the live stream. Yeah. What do your photos look like? Do you mind reading your dating profile for us?
No, not a problem.
I'm just looking. We only have an hour left in this podcast. I have like 35 other questions about dating, and you are giving me the like Mark Twain like explanation. Okay, we're looking here. That's good. That's a good Anthony. People that can see that a little bit. We'll show this on the live stream. Anthony looking like a handsome dude. Is there another photo?
Yeah.
I go. Oh, there we go. Anthony, the classic. Got the earbuds in. Oh man, I can't show it to our YouTube listeners. People see it on on the YouTube stream. Look at Anthony with the sport coat on.
What?
I'm gonna see if I can help our YouTube listeners see this shit. There we go.
The reason I show different wardrobes is because I want you to see me and
here's the sports shot. Here's the.
I want you to.
You're looking off into the distance, like someone else took this.
Yeah, I have. That's my good side, so I gotta show. I gotta show them bitches my good side. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit! And here's the photo looking like you were going to church.
I wasn't. I was going on an interview actually with that.
Going on an interview. I want everybody. Oh, look at this dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got another one on the bottom. Keep going down the bottom.
Oh, you have another one of you surrounded by women.
Yeah.
This is a true story. Surrounded by women. I'm sorry for those listening. I know that this is kind of bad radio. Do you mind if I read your dating profile?
Go ahead.
You walk me through. Oh, I'm sorry, man. What do I do here?
Go back. I'll press it. Give it here.
So we're gonna read Anthony's dating profile, and Anthony, jump in when you want to tell us. When you want to tell us why you did something. This is what I'm really interested in our people on YouTube. They're like, we can't see anything. Man, go zoom in on that shit. Here we go. Live, guys. This is Anthony's dating profile. All right. I look like a chef.
I look like one.
Oh, I'm sorry. I cook like a chef. Parentheses, foodie. I joke like a comic, have fun like a clown, and need love like LL Cool J. I love this photo. Even though I'm none of these. Even though I'm none of these, singularly. Looking for a smart, funny, and loving woman to share my time. Is that you? You can't be anything to anyone without being something to yourself first. Okay, I like this immediately, but explain to us the psychology behind this, Anthony. So I saw foodie.
Yeah.
Foodie is in every fucking bitch's dating profile.
Oh man, yes.
I mean, fucking insane. I mean, dude, I'm not kidding, guys. And Anthony, correct me if I'm wrong on this.
Bitches love to travel.
Yeah, bitches love traveling. Correct me if I'm wrong on this.
Okay.
When I was doing the dating apps thing,
Mm-hmm.
every bitch's dating profile looked exactly the fucking same.
Oh yeah, cookie cut.
Every motherfucking one of them.
Cookie cut.
Yeah, it's like up, and this is gonna make you laugh. Just want to let you know up front, I love tacos.
Yeah.
I love tacos.
Yeah.
Oh God, I cracked myself up with this taco talk.
That ain't hard, bitch. We live in San Antonio. Every bitch loves tacos.
Well, it's just like I talked to someone that lives on Long Island, and it's like love tacos.
Wow.
They love travel.
Yeah.
God damn it, they love them some travel. These fucking bitches out here that are single, passionate about travel.
Yeah.
They all look the fucking same. It's like women get together and they're like, what does our profile want to look like? Wait, this bitch said something cooler to me. Let me add that on mine.
Right.
Too.
Right.
And then what it ends up being is they all look the fucking same.
Yeah.
Bitches watching this, don't fucking tell me yours looks different, because it doesn't. You're not special. Don't send me your emails and your DMs on this. Your profiles all look the same. Has that changed, Anthony?
No.
Has COVID-19 made bitches change their dating profiles?
No.
What has happened?
First of all, understand that women are not used to hunting for food. So their survival has never come into question. They always had to lean on someone else to provide for them. This is why being a provider is something that they always say they desire or want, right?
Can I add a sidebar to this?
What's up?
It sounds rational. If I wanted to deer hunt, it kind of sounds rational. Like, ask a deer, how do I hunt you? It sounds like, yeah, that makes sense. If I talk to a deer, I'll know how to hunt deer better.
No. Deer don't hunt deer.
Never hunted fucking anything. All they do is walk around and look for cool grass to eat. Like, they don't. I mean, it sounds like something that would be true. That if I spoke to deer, I could learn to be a better deer hunter. Motherfucker, they don't know what fucking guns are. They don't know what bows and arrows are. They just walk around and eat grass all day and fight each other with their fucking horns and antlers and shit that they have poking out of their head. Deer would be the last motherfuckers to talk to learn how to be a better deer hunter. And it's the same thing with men and women. Asking women, hey, what's a good profile pic to put on? What's good for my dating profile?
Nah.
They would tell you the bullshit that would not get you laid in a fucking thousand years.
Right.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to point out that if you're hunting something and you want to get better at it, the last person to ask is the fucking thing you're hunting.
Well, If you notice, you asked me about the psyche, about why I put what I said. Things that I'm passionate about, man. Um, and I also said
What you're saying is be genuine.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Um, definitely, because the thing is, women are looking for your profile to personify in your personality in your conversation. So, you know how women always complain about inconsistencies in guys. If you're just you're baiting this fish or this bitch, you baiting for her, and she bites, and she's like, "Oh, I wanna enjoy this, luscious guy that he baited me with," and then all of a sudden you're like, "Nah, bitch, that ain't what's going on over here." That got you over.
For instance, if they're like, really, you love cooking? I hate cooking. Now the fucking beta simp is gonna be like, you know
Yeah.
what, bitch? I really hate cooking too. I just put that shit in my profile. You know, I mean, come on. I mean, cooking sucks, right?
Now, women that like men who cook is because most of the time bitches can't cook.
Well, also someone that cooks passionately,
Mm.
like passionately loves to cook, that talks to someone that thinks I can't even boil water.
That shit,
If you're passionate about cooking,
that
you
ain't
need to be able
funny.
to look that bitch in the face and go, well, you're fucking stupid. Who doesn't like to cook? You worthless fucking bitch. Why would you never want to cook? Are you
What?
fucking broken as a woman?
What?
I'm a man and I like to cook. You don't even like to cook? But that's the kind of shit that you're saying when you say be genuine, right?
Yeah.
You can't just abandon cooking. It's the first fucking sentence in your,
Right.
you can't just abandon it, right?
Nope.
Wow.
I
just remembered we're on Facebook public. And we've been saying
Oh shit.
Oh my god. I'm
Calm-
gonna be in Facebook jail
calm-
for 3 years.
Calm down, man. Calm your language down.
Quit beating on the desk.
I talk about being funny because I like to be funny. I have a sarcastic personality as well. So typically when I do speak, if you are offended by comedy, you're probably going to be offended by me because I like to have fun. I like to enjoy life. So if you're coming in real serious and everything is super serious because you're on a date now, I'm trying to find a serious relationship, move on, move forward. I don't really want to have to deal with you.
I've got to challenge you right now.
Go ahead.
Okay. Some of this is starting to sound like, and I'm just trying to be a good reporter for our audience over here. Some of this is starting to sound like when people are like, hey, socially I'm liberal, but fiscally I'm really conservative. Because no one ever says, fiscally, I'm liberal as fuck. Spend all the tax dollars on inventing the new iPhone. Just spend it. No problem. It's just kind of like everyone's like this. If you're going to go line per line, Anthony, and tell me that all of this is just shit you really feel, okay. But I think what our listeners want to hear is, what is your strategy in all this? I believe you, by the way. I don't think you're bullshitting.
The reason the strategy and the genuinity line is because I'm gonna still be who I portray to be.
Oh, I see.
I'm not going to.
You're telling us why you don't put fuckery in there.
Right. I'm not gonna tell you. I know bitches like to travel, but I'm not gonna be like. I'm not gonna put myself in an airplane. I'm not gonna have a photo with myself in a plane. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I see what you're saying. You're not trying to placate.
No.
That's what you're trying to say.
No.
You're not trying to placate to, like, when you said I'm a foodie, you're like, I know bitches say this, but I actually am a foodie.
Right. That's who I am.
Yeah, okay. Now I get what you're saying.
I want guys to be like, I'm a sports junkie. If you are, this is the thing. This is why I want guys to be comfortable being. I don't want you to think I'm putting out magical shit. Okay. I'm not out here being like, "Ha ha, gotcha, bitch." You thought that's what you was getting. You thought you was getting you a rich guy, huh? You thought you was getting you a sugar daddy, huh? Nah.
Ah, caught you, bitch.
Yeah. You was looking, you was like, oh, that looks shiny. I like that. I'm gonna go ahead and try it. And then you get on the line, you be like, oh shit, this ain't nothing what I thought it was. I'm not false advertising, guys. I'm being who I am genuinely. I'm not switching it up when they actually talk to me. Because when I talk about something, it's probably gonna go in line with what my profile was like. So they're getting what they clicked on.
Right.
Have you ever clicked on something and you was like, this is fucking clickbait? It ain't have nothing to do.
And you're immediately like, God damn it, I'm fucking disappointed.
Yes.
Shit.
Why would you do that for something you're trying to progress forward with?
Right.
If this is a one time only thing, you know where you can get away with that at? You can go to the club and portray and act like you're rich. You got on this nice jewelry, this nice clothes. You're going out. You look like you $1,000,000. You could have rented a Ferrari for the night or the weekend, and you can go out and buy bottles, and you can't pay your rent by the first. You can do this in real life, but online, you're playing more of a long game because people are able to kind of read you like a book. I call online dating like a meat market. They get to go on, look and see what they desire and what they want, and imagine what they can be with that person. And they get to vet you at the same time because they get to fucking interview you with questions and talk to your ass. And so you
And this is why we've talked about on this podcast before. This should be a lower percentage of throwing your net out there.
yeah,
I mean, this shouldn't be, and unfortunately,
not your number one.
Unfortunately, what we're seeing out here is, God damn it, dude. This is like 90% of how the fuck they meet women. And guys, you're not fucking fooling anybody. It's because we know the rejection on these dating apps. It's almost zero. You don't get to see the fucking people that reject you. So you get to sit in here with the fucking training wheels on and not know what it's like to fucking be rejected when bitches swipe left. You don't get a notification every time a bitch swipes left on you.
This bitch said no.
This is way different than cold approaches. So we know why the fuck you're doing it, because you're fucking being pussy. But you guys have wanted us to cover this for a long time, so we're doing it because of COVID-19. I mean, what did we say the percentage was of bitches you should be meeting and dating apps? What were we saying before? Like 30%?
Oh, I thought it
30%
was
of the bitches should
I
be
thought it
dating.
was less than that. Less than that. 1 out of 5.
I'm okay with 30.
1 out of 5. So 3 out of 10. So you're saying more than 2 out of 10. You're saying 3 out of 10.
And if you're in the live stream and we have not reduced our fractions like we should have, please correct. 3/10.
It's 30%.
Number
That's
3
30.
out of 10. But during COVID-19, not as many options. Now, we had someone come up in the chat earlier and say that there's a lot of prostitutes, and because you really can't date, there's a lot of prostitutes in the dating apps. You're out there, I'm not. Are there prostitutes out here in these dating apps?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I didn't even think of this question.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mateo. I appreciate that. I didn't even think of that.
Well,
Like, this is their only outreach.
yeah.
Back page is gone. Right?
Well, there are new back page.
Back page is gone.
Well, not really.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
I mean,
taken off the internet.
Yeah. I mean, you think hoes can't figure out how to do shit
That's a
on
problem, man. Hoes are smart. Some of these hoes, if they would have just
I'm not gonna out you because I ain't a snitch.
Into their education, some of them could be fucking bankers and CEOs.
Yeah, I'm not gonna snitch you out, ladies. So I'm not gonna talk about what the new. I'll just call it the new back page, but I ain't gonna say what it is. But
You don't want to release this?
nah.
New back page.
I got respect for the hoes that is out here working. You know what I mean?
We don't want to. Hey, listen, the hoes are out here working.
You know what I'm saying? So you got some bitches that just want money for
You're gonna
free.
tell me off camera what this website is, right?
I'll help you. I'll help you out.
No,
Now,
I don't
why?
need.
why-
I don't need this. I'm just asking. Like, I'm fucking because Backpage being taken off. That was a huge fucking internet thing. They had to go into pass some legislation
Yeah.
to get Backpage taken down.
Well, the reason why is because there was too much child pornography and what they call it human trafficking
Well, I was about to
shit
say,
going
it was the
on.
human
So
trafficking element
yeah,
that was what made them take it down.
yeah,
And they had to pass like legislation. I mean, because it's taken down nationally.
yes, yes,
That was a big fucking deal. But you're telling me there's a new Backpage.
yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Man, hoes know how to get they shit out there. So
And remember that, guys. Hoes know how to get their shit out there. Don't fucking forget that. Come on, fellas. All right. Let's get back into this. So we've gone through your profile. So you've kind of given us like I'm sorry, dude. We gotta push through because I have so many questions.
go ahead.
Um,
You the one sidetracking.
we gotta push through because so dating profile overall, so that we're putting a cherry on it. Dating profile has just got to be this is who you are.
This is who I am.
Now hold on. I did notice there's some cleverness
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
It looks fun. It makes you look fun.
Right.
Which we know from dating. That's a major aspect of
I always get
It's gotta be fun.
I always get comments like I liked your intro or I liked your profile or I liked, it's something that made them laugh and it's something different. It stood out. Well, because I'm guessing that all these other guys' profile looked exactly the fucking same too.
Really?
Oh,
I feel like
100.
guys are so lost in this shit. Like girls know exactly how they want
Do
to
you
hear.
do you think guys wrote as much as I wrote on mine? As far as like just simple little things or caveats about my personality?
I don't know. I've never seen a guy's dating profile
I'll-
except for yours.
I would
I've
say,
never seen another one.
I did this. I put a lot of time and effort into studying dating profiles back in 2013, 2014.
You're talking
And
about when Tinder first came out.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. I put a lot of work into it because at the time I kind of was just online dating. I was kind of not really wanting to get out there and deal with women. I kind of wanted to deal with them from afar. And in doing so, I learned techniques and strategies on one, how to build a profile, two, how to build and escalate online as far as getting to the next level offline.
Right.
So
I have
being
questions about that
online,
too.
is trying to get offline as soon as possible, right?
100%. Yes.
So
I remember this much. Yes.
okay, so
First step is to get the phone number, then
yeah,
that.
yeah,
And you have a lot of fucking time wasters on these fucking apps.
absolutely,
Bitches want pen pals and
yes,
validation.
yes.
They want pen pals and fucking validation.
This is key from moving from online to offline. Once you build rapport, right? There's time in between. Now, I'm gonna go through before we get to that part. I'm gonna go through my favorites and tell you why. Okay.
Now, what do you mean by favorites?
You asked me for my top.
Your
all right.
top 5 dating apps and why? That's what I want to know.
So I'll start from the low and then build up to the number one. Okay.
All right. Number 5.
You're saying 5. I have 6.
Okay.
Okay.
No. Hey, that's even better. You're going above and beyond my question.
Tinder.
Tinder's number 6.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. Tinder.
Back in the day, I loved Tinder.
Time has played Tinder. And you're talking about my personal 6. I'm talking about my personal. I prefaced it before earlier that whatever works for you is your top.
Yeah, but I'm also saying that I haven't been in the dating game in a while, so I'm assuming a lot of these dating apps have changed over time. So
Well,
I don't did you
Tinder.
did you used to like Tinder? But
All right. In the time when I was using Tinder, it was still a meat app where I want the best looking meat, and
yeah,
that what Tinder was like. It was an in and out. Are you fucking really? That's how Tinder really kind of picked up. People kind of use Tinder as that. Are you hot or not? You know what I mean?
right.
So
That's all it is. Yeah.
so, so
Would you do this person?
right.
Yes. So let's meet and find out if we're gonna do it.
So we're talking about online dating. If we're talking about the words exactly for what we're saying, online dating is not really online fucking. So you can actually get into apps like that. But we're talking about dating, right? So
Right.
Tinder for me is on the lower scale because people aren't actually trying to find someone to date. My next one would be
Does that mean there's a lot more time wasters?
100.
So that's why you don't like Tinder.
Oh,
Okay.
I would not try to date anyone off Tinder. I would just try to fuck. That was the only reason I would be on Tinder.
Got you. Number 5.
Plenty of fish.
Plenty of fish. Wow. This is a dating app I was never on. Though I signed up for it, I just never went to it. I think at the time when I was doing online dating, their app was bad.
It was bad. It still is.
I mean their phone app because typically dating.
That's gotten better. Yeah, that's gotten better. I was only on there exclusively on my computer. I remember that. Yeah.
But I remember Plenty of Fish came out during the time where I think Plenty of Fish came out before Tinder, right?
Man, I can't tell you. I can't tell you.
I think Plenty of Fish started as something that you used on your computer. Now, what do you like and what do you hate about Plenty of Fish?
Plenty of Fish definitely have plenty of options. There's a lot of people on there.
Still? Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
But
I didn't realize it was so popular.
But it's hoe central. It's a lot of hoes on there.
I have always heard this about Plenty of Fish.
These bitches are money hungry.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
They money hungry and they want you to wine and dine them just because. And they're looking for traditional men while they are being modern women. That shit just don't fucking match.
Well, like, hey, while I'm out here hoeing,
yeah, I want you still
I'd
be
you to be a gentleman, please.
Yeah, that's these hoes out there, and I don't typically. I don't do well with those guys. So and there's actually like real hoes out there, like selling their body. Like typically they'll give like some revealing clothing. They'll kind of get your attention, and they ain't got shit on their profile.
Yeah, and what a lot of people don't realize, the way, and we talk about intergender dynamics on this show a lot, and it sounds like, what do we say on this podcast a lot? Sounds good.
Sounds good.
It sounds like men are very promiscuous. So women, #same, they should be able to be promiscuous too, right? I mean, it's only fair, and it sounds good. What women don't realize is it's very unattractive to men when women are very promiscuous. Ladies, I'm sorry. You can't be the girl that let the football team run train on them back in high school, okay? And then I'm the guy that ends up marrying you.
No.
I look like I'm the laughing stock of my city. Why is it like that? Because men and women are different. By the way, is it not fair that I don't have boobs and a vagina? Is it not fair that women don't have penises? No, we're different animals. What was the example you used, Anthony? How come the lions have to be in a different enclosure in the zoo than the buffaloes. That's not fair.
No, I was talking about. I was like,
No, the
the
giraffes.
why does a giraffe get to eat leaves in a tree by themselves? They
What's the
get
problem?
they get a
It's
whole
unfair.
tree. They get a whole tree to themselves. They get to eat all the top of leaves.
It doesn't seem fair. No, because that lion would jump out of the fucking enclosure and kill everyone. The gentle giraffe is just fucking cool, just with like a rope that
Right.
keeps it in. You can't do that with lions. That's just fucking crazy. Women don't realize when they're overly promiscuous, men detest it. It makes us unattracted to you. Now,
Will we
why
fuck
is
you?
that?
Will we fuck
Yeah,
you?
will we fuck you? Yes, but will we fuck you twice?
No,
Probably
no,
not.
no.
Now, why is this? People theorize that the reason that humans are this way is because if a man could not trust that his offspring belonged to him, this was something that made us very unattracted to these types of women. So, and guys, don't blame me. If you're religious, blame your God. Or if you're a scientist, blame the species. But I will tell you this, whether it's fair or not, it's very unattractive for men to see promiscuous women. Dude, we don't want to be the laughing stock of all men around us because we booed up with the chick that slept with every dude on the Duke basketball team at one time. That's just crazy. Okay? So what you're telling me on Plenty of Fish is there's a lot of that, is what I'm hearing.
It's a lot of hoes.
A lot of hoes. Okay, so I think we all know what we mean by hoes. Okay. But
it's low IQ women there's a lot of emotionally unstable women.
Gotcha.
So there's a lot of baby mamas.
And the term that we use on this podcast for emotionally unstable women is they're feral. Yeah. They can go feral at dinner and just throw a dinner plate at your face. But what do you like about Plenty of Fish?
Well, like I said, there's a lot of options available as far as if you're just out here trying to find what you can, it's an option for you.
You're saying that the talent pool is very large.
Yeah.
Now, is it kind of known on Plenty of Fish that it's like hoes?
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Oh,
yeah.
Because back when I was dating, people thought Tinder was just like a hookup thing.
Yeah.
That's not what it was.
Well, I think and you'll see this in profiles as well while you're looking at them. They'll say, "I'm not here for a hookup. I'm not here for one night stands. I'm not here for friends with benefits, shit like that, right?" But typically, when women say shit like that, is because that's what they've been doing. So I don't really care about what those things say. I really pay attention to how she's interacting with me. Never believe what a woman says. Only believe what she does.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, dude. We're running out of time. We only have 35 minutes left.
You sidebar.
No, I'm sorry. It's my fault. It's not yours. But I want to hear what your number four favorite dating app is.
New to the scene. Facebook dating.
I wondered where Facebook was going to rank on this list. I'm excited to hear about this because I literally know nothing about the Facebook dating app. I know nothing about this.
So let's talk about Facebook dating. Facebook dating is an app where you get to still be on Facebook, and then you got this little heart that you get to go to, and all your Facebook dating stuff happens. Now, Facebook dating has the same.
I'm sorry, dude. And again, I know we're running out of time, but dude, how does it work? Is it separate?
It's separate from your Facebook.
Okay, so is it kind of like how you go to DMs in Facebook?
So this is the one. This is unique about Facebook dating, because you have friends on Facebook. If you have a crush on somebody in your friends list, you can say that you have a crush on them, and if they say they have a crush on you, they'll match you guys.
they won't know that you have a crush.
No,
unless they crush back.
only if they crush back.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
God damn. This seems like an endless amount of. This also looks like marriage affairs too. Like,
easy,
yeah,
easy.
because older people like myself, they were using Facebook back in the day to like
For college.
Where's that one hot bitch from high school? The big old titties. What was her? Christy Hughes. Yeah, let me look. There she is. Let me just friend her. We're just old friends. And then they start their, the beta male starts his friend approach, like a shark.
Remember me? Remember me?
Hey, look, I've made a pretty good career, and I'm not morbidly obese. Check me out.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
That used to be the thing. So this Facebook app, this must be right up that age group's alleys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But
What's your experience with it though? I mean,
man, okay, mixed. This is why it's on my number 4 on the list. It's even though they can put a lot of information as far as who they are, it's not really geared towards being because even though you might see somebody you like and the topics may be okay as far as conversation, the notification isn't like a notification you would get on your other dating apps. And it's slow as far as the response, so you can't go back and forth really quickly.
okay.
So it's delayed.
That's surprising because there's got to be a lot of money backing Facebook, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's really fucking surprising. And by the way,
But they're not
why
making
did it take Facebook like 20 fucking years to come up with this?
because we were
People
doing it
were
on our
using
own.
Facebook for this the longest
Yeah, we were doing it on our own anyway. So making an app for it doesn't put you in the realm of going for strangers. I guess you can do Facebook app if you're like people. It's like, look, I don't have to accept random fucking friend requests anymore to see if this guy's trying to date me or this girl's trying to date me. We can go on Facebook app and do that, right?
Well, we talked about this a second ago. We were like, we know the pussy shit you're doing, guys. You want to be able to hit on a bitch, and the only way she knows that you're hitting on her is if she also wants to hit on you.
Mhm.
Otherwise, you don't know that you're rejected. Out of
Right.
sight, out of mind. La 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 la.
Right.
La, la, Yeah. So that's what. But hold on. What do you like about it though? Just because you're always on Facebook anyway? Or?
Well, it's so vast, man. They open up the entire. I mean, you can go international if you want.
I didn't think of that because everybody might not be on Plenty of Fish.
Right.
Every fucking body's on Facebook.
Yeah.
And if you were drunk one night and you're a chick and you're married and your husband just pissed you off, you're like, I'm already on Facebook. But let me check out the dating aspect of Facebook. And then you're on it. And if you're a woman, you just get all this fucking validation.
All day
Long from all the Facebook world. You're already getting it anyway when someone likes your photos, hearts your photos. We all know, I mean, we've all been in a relationship, Anthony, where there was a guy, and for your girlfriend or your wife, there was this constant one guy that was always liking their shit. Now they finally have a dating outlet. For this fuckery. All right. Don't keep the audience waiting. What's number 3? Number 3 on Anthony's top 6 dating apps.
So I'm gonna be honest with you. My top 3 are interchangeable depending on because there's some likes I like, there's some dislikes I like, but I still rank them. My number 3 is OK Cupid.
And when I was dating, my all-time favorite dating app. I'm glad to hear that OkCupid has kept up with the times.
Yeah.
I am, because OkCupid was my personal favorite. I know what I liked about it, but I don't know how much it's changed in the last few years. Why do you like OkCupid? Now, it's very important to me to point out, though, you're like my top three. It's kind of a tie for number one, is what you're saying.
Yeah, because there's some give and take in all of them.
Got you.
Okay. The reason I'll give I could have given OkCupid a slight edge to be number one, but with OkCupid they have the same kind of aspect of a lot of dating apps. You can get lost in a bitch inbox. So
Yeah, because in OkCupid, you can just reach out directly to them.
Right.
You don't have to match.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So even though that's a big negative, it's one of the big
It's also
negatives.
a big positive.
Right.
Yeah.
You can get direct contact. So also what I love about OkCupid is they have the best filtering searches out there.
This was my favorite thing. So I was wanting to only date Asian girls, and I could just filter it down to if they identified themselves as Asian girls. Yeah. This is the best feature. I don't know why all of these don't have this shit.
Yeah.
I guess because when you filter it, you don't spend as much time on the app.
Right.
Which is what they're concerned with.
Yeah. Yeah. Also OkCupid, typically the women respond. They got a high respond rate on OkCupid.
You know what? I never thought of that. You're right. Yeah. You're right. You're 100% right about that.
I also say this on OkCupid because of the way this app is, you can run into some of the same women if you don't age rotate. You gotta age rotate. You gotta remember I said those tiers. Put women in different age groups. You gotta age rotate on OkCupid, or you'll end up recycling some of the same women.
Guys, don't forget Anthony's hack. You got to age rotate on these apps. You have to. Anthony, hit that for a second. When you're age rotating,
Yeah.
What are you typically changing your ages to?
22 to 26.
Okay.
Newly 21-year-olds I found, for me personally, I ain't fucking with them. But
you can't talk to them about shit.
No.
It's like talking to a fucking bag of hammers. Right?
Yeah, they just turned 21. They the new hoe out there. They get to drink and get fucked. And it's like I don't have the patience for it. It's just me. So 22 is the youngest I'll fuck with.
Gotcha. But so your age ranges are like 4-6 years.
4 to 6 years apart.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my age rotation.
And your reason for doing this primarily is because you can start to see a different crop.
Yes.
Of women. Okay.
Yes. Okay. And you kind of get and these women with this age group kind of have the same vibe. So you're sticking with that same vibe while you're sticking with that age. When you go to a different age, you kind of don't. You can be more aggressive with younger women.
Yeah, your dates are going to kind of look the same in the same age group.
Yes.
I see what you're saying.
You can be a lot more aggressive as far as asking for numbers, asking for a date right away. These bitches ain't got shit to do. So these older women, they got careers, they got kids and shit. So you got a different, you got to play them a little bit longer than you do with these younger women. Okay.
Pro tip, guys. These bitches don't have shit to do. I remember using the age filter because I knew I only wanted to date women who could still have children. Believe it or not, everybody. I know it sounds incredibly young, but if you're a woman and you have a baby at the age of 35, that is literally considered a geriatric pregnancy. Once you go above the age of 35, it becomes way more dangerous for women. And trust me when I tell you guys, women know this shit.
Okay? Yeah, they do.
So if you want to have kids, that's what I was using the age filtering for. I don't want to date anyone over geriatric pregnancy age, But
okay.
You're using it in a way more strategic way. This is the kind of fucking life hacks on dating apps I was trying to get at. All right. So OkCupid, I'm sorry. I'm giving OkCupid a resounding endorsement. I met my wife on OkCupid. I fucking love that goddamn dating app. It's great. I'm glad that it's in your tied for number one. I'm glad to hear that OK Cupid is still doing their shit out there.
Yeah, they in my rotation. I rotate these apps. Remember, we rotate apps. You know.
I am terrified that one of my least favorite apps is going to be in these next two. It starts with a B. I'll let you go.
Number 2 on the list, Hinge.
Don't even. That's the first time I heard about this.
Okay.
Hinge. Tell me all about this. I'm excited.
Hinge. Hinge.
Hinge. Okay.
Okay. Hinge has very high quality women, especially for conversation. And numbers and dates happen at a fairly high rate.
Why do you think this is? Why does Hinge have have this edge on Plenty of Fish and Tinder?
Because a lot of people are on Tinder and Plenty of Fish. People that have researched, you don't know about Hinge unless you researched apps and you said, or somebody's recommended it to you. So people have a more open mind on these apps other than these other apps that got bad reputations. People just out here to fuck. And guess what, guys and ladies? People are out here to fuck.
Yeah, more power to you.
So, but the thing is, it has less of a reputation about that. Also on Hinge, what I don't like, which is why it's not number 1, is that they limit your swipes.
Oh, really?
You're limited to so many swipes, right?
What, per day or
per day? Per day.
Okay.
Per day.
So they're like, look, motherfucker, you can't just be on this shit all day.
You can't swipe a million women trying to get a match all day.
Got you.
So
I don't know. That's kind of genius, right? Because
they want you to come back.
That's a good point.
Every
Remember
day.
on Tinder, you would like swipe all the bitches in your area, and you would just be like,
damn.
Well, fuck. I have to wait for more bitches to move here. Like, oh shit. Until more bitches move to this city, I'm stuck.
What I also want to give you a quick hack on these apps is rotate mileage. Start from 5 miles from your location to 10 to 15 to 20. What we're doing, guys, is we're layering women. Okay, we're layering. You can also, like, let's say 1 week you say, you know what, I'm in a young woman mood this week. You know what I'm saying? I want to go out. I want to have fun, but I want to do it in my vicinity. That's 1 week, 2 weeks, whatever you want to do. You say, you know what? I still want to talk to these young women. I'm gonna go a little outward. I'm gonna go out a little 10-mile range. I'll go 15-mile range. You know what I'm saying? You're still dealing with the same, demographic of women. You're just going further out. And then you go out 25, 30 miles, depending on your city. And if that makes sense to you, maybe you need to go 10, 20, 30 miles. But in a city like Houston, 5 miles is plenty. 10 miles is plenty. If you just only want to stay within 10 miles, and you can just say, okay, 10 miles, but I'll play with the 20s. And then next week I'll go with the 25 to 30s. And then next week, the 30s to 34, you can layer your searches, and that way that app can be more advantageous to you because your search is more specific and direct, and you won't get as bored.
Now, our third highest demographic of our podcast is in Norway.
I can't do nothing. I can't.
In Norway, you're gonna have to stretch that mileage out.
Right.
Okay? I'm sorry, guys.
So start with 50 miles.
And possibly get a dog sled team as well. I'm just saying. In Norway, it's not going to be like Houston, okay?
But these women typically have good jobs, right? They may have.
You're saying this for some reason. Hinge has marketed themselves to like these high career women.
Yeah.
Okay? No shit. I never even heard of this app.
Yeah.
This is crazy. This
Well,
is
you're
like-
married, so.
This is giving me knowledge. Well, I mean, I'm glad that OK Cupid made the list. In Hinge, you're saying it's. So let me ask you this: when it comes to dating, is there a lower flake rate?
Oh
on
yeah,
dates?
that's
Really?
what that was my thing. I was like,
like
numbers
10%?
and dates happen at a fairly high rate.
Really?
Yeah.
Is the age range older? I'm wondering.
Yes,
Yeah. See,
but there's still young women they're still younger women.
really.
Yeah.
And do they tend to be the same
I was
profile?
dating
Kind
a
of like career women,
Yeah.
college educated.
Yeah. I was dating a 26-year-old off of that.
What was her career profile?
Well, she was from Detroit. She worked in the food industry.
Like, but doing what? Cook or
No, she's a general manager of a restaurant.
See that? But see, that's important. General manager is very high.
Yeah.
It means you run an entire restaurant.
Right.
Yeah. So, and women don't typically.
She
get
wasn't the-
promoted.
She wasn't the dishwasher.
Well, I'm just saying, women don't typically get working at Outback Steakhouse like I did.
And being 26 and the general manager is
But
big.
It's insane. That's why I'm asking you the question, because women at Outback Steakhouse that would get promoted, they would get promoted to like corporate,
Mm-hmm.
and they'd have. And it's not a bullshit job. They get paid a lot.
You're good if
But
you're a
they
general
aren't
manager.
running a whole fucking restaurant.
Yeah,
Like, that's a different caliber woman.
Yeah, you.
That can run a whole restaurant. That's her boat. She's the captain, all by herself, right?
Yeah.
With other managers under her. That's to your point with this Hinge app. That's a higher caliber,
Yeah.
woman. Was that number 2?
Number 2.
Oh my God, what's number 1? I hope it's not this one app.
The number 1 app for yours personally, truly, and I have my reasons why. Bumble.
God damn, I cannot believe that's number 1.
Bumble.
Again, you said 1 through 3 is tied.
Yep. They have
Dude, I fucking hated that app so many times because women are the only ones that can reach out first. So many fucking matches I had. Crickets, the bitch never reached out. And I heard from so many women, so many single women have told me, like, I've never had to be the one to say
reach out
something
first. Yeah.
So I would match with someone, I'd be interested, but I didn't know what to fucking say.
So,
And I'm like, of course you don't, bitch.
because you don't
This
hunt
is
for
like
food.
asking the deer how to hunt it.
Right.
The motherfucking animal that just walks around aimlessly and fucking eats grass. You're asking it how to become a master hunter? Jesus Christ.
Let me give you my
Girl
reasons.
pounding on the desk again.
I'm
sorry.
He ain't out here. So don't worry about him. He ain't out here dating, guys.
Anthony, if there's anything about you that is 100% true, is I trust your takes on shit. So you're giving this a number 1.
Reason why.
For very good reasons, and I trust you, and our audience should trust you too. What is your number 1 reason why?
Wesley said that he matched up with her, but you're not lost in the inbox. She matched with you. So she saw that you liked her. If she don't reach out, because Bumble tells you have 24 hours, right?
Right. I remember that. I forgot that, but I remember it now.
You got 24 hours. Now, typically women inbox that are inundated with fucking matches or whatever, won't be able to respond to you in 24 hours. They're still going on dates and shit. They ain't got time to respond to you in 24 hours. So my thing is, if a woman does respond to you within this time frame, we're talking about high interest women.
High interest, exactly.
High interest. What's better than that on a fucking dating app where you can get lost in inboxes and this bitch is reaching out to you?
I'm sorry, Anthony. When you're right on this. You're right. If you're lost in the sauce on every other dating app, this is the one where, like, if this chick reached out, that's usually high interest. And you're right. Every girl I've ever met on Bumble ever and dated, it was high interest out of the gate. Now, these are easy dates. because bitch is super interested. Because if you were just lost in the sauce for 24 hours, you would have never even gotten a message from her. Yeah. When you're right, you're right.
How many times you guys? How many times you left a message in the inbox? You thought you was somewhat clever. You thought you was not saying the same shit that she's probably getting in her inbox every day, right? And you're like, what the fuck? This bitch didn't even respond. So when you get what
do you mean respond? Do you mean like the guy is sending a message like, bitch, you got me saying ribbit over here, and she's like, what? Your pictures got me feeling froggy. Is that a good?
So Wesley's waiting for her to respond to what the fuck is ribbit, and he's like, yeah, I know that's clever, bitch. I know you can't. I know you about to respond, bitch, because I know you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. And then she was like, what? And he was like, because you got me feeling froggy over here, girl. And she was like,
you're telling me that's not clever.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
It can be for the right.
I'm just gonna go straight Denzel on that.
For the right.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay.
For the right one, it can be for the right one. There's a lot of
for a bitch that studies in amphibians for a living.
Right.
That's right up her alley.
For a corny bitch that loves dad jokes, yeah. Yeah.
Man, I just
listen.
Dude,
I'm a finish.
I knew we should have dedicated a whole show to this. God damn it! This is like I'm getting so much juicy information. I know that if I'm getting juicy information, I know that our listeners are. That's why I'm just like, I love this segment right now. I'm just like, oh shit.
I'm gonna finish my census on Bumble. Higher quality women in the sense that they are more feminine in nature, but you have to vet them like any other women. They've recently limited your swipes, so I may have to reconsider their position. But Hinge has the same issues. So again, here, what Hinge doesn't have that Bumble has is the high interest indicator. So asking for a number and also on Bumble, you can FaceTime and call without giving up your actual number.
Wait, stop the press. On Bumble, you can face. You said it's on Hinge too?
No, only on Bumble.
Okay, time out. That
It's a game changer.
Technology motherfucking game changer.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Now that was not available to me back in the day.
No.
Okay, that is a game fucking changer. You can call.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, they're just kind of doing like what Facebook Messenger does, where you can. Damn it, that's fucking brilliant. Fuck. Damn it, Bumble. I said bad shit about you, but you were the real genius all along.
That's why they sit comfortable at number one. I rotate those top three, like I said, based on some of their strengths and some of their weaknesses. But depending on, like anybody, man, we kind of feel like it. Sometimes we don't feel like it. Certain things that we got to deal with, some of the weaknesses of some of these apps. But excuse me. But Bumble has been one that I've stayed with the most.
Well, I understand now. I mean, that technology, that's groundbreaking. That was the thing, because back in the day, when I was on these dating apps, back in the day, this used to be the thing. You had to, your next step was to
get a number.
Enough rapport
to get a number.
Get the number.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because without the number, get the fuck out of here.
Right. No pen pals.
No. You're not going on a date. You're not going to set up a
Never set a date on, I'm sorry. Never set a date and you don't have her number. Do not set a date.
I'm sorry. I forgot that some people listening to this podcast might be in fucking kindergarten.
Yeah.
Anthony, could you repeat that one more time for the people at home?
Do not
Jesus Christ.
do not set a date and you have not gotten the number.
Holy shit. I mean, I hate that we even have to say that sometimes.
Got to, man.
But like, although we're taking this podcast up a level recently, guys, we'll throw you some fucking basic bones. every
Yeah.
now
Just because I don't know who's listening, but don't think you have a date. Don't think you've set a date and you don't have a number.
I'm going
So
to repeat what Anthony just said. If you do not have a woman's phone number, you do not have a date. Send me your arguments. Email them over. I will ignore all of them. I'm sorry, guys. In the year 2020, you have to at least have a phone number. What if the bitch doesn't know where to park?
right.
What if, oh, I'm sorry, kindergarten class part 2. When you set up an online date for the first time,
You're not picking her up.
You're not picking her up. You meet somewhere. Argue with me all you want. I've done this. I have experience. I don't care what dating book you read. I don't fucking care. Women that meet up online, they're still scared.
Yep.
I don't care if you're fucking 18 or if you're 118. Bitches meet you online. They want to meet in a public place first. By the way, then you can go from there. But,
And also, guys, be aware that people set up men too to rob them. She's probably looking at your profile to see if you got money and set you up to come to her, and you never met her before. You haven't vetted her enough, and you go and you get robbed. Man, don't put yourself in a bad situation
don't
yourself.
Be so crazy chasing the vagina that you don't keep yourself safe too.
100.
God damn it, man. We took up 2 minutes of this. great segment
Sorry.
on some kindergarten shit, but it's because we care about our audience. Anthony, please come on, bro. This segment's almost over.
All right.
I know you have a fucking novel over there of notes.
All right. So
We should have done the whole podcast on this. I feel terrible. I feel terrible that we did not.
so this is Wesley had a question about the top 3 things not to do on a date now.
Oh yes, thank you.
So do not try to I'm getting feedback.
A little bit of echo.
Yeah. Do not try to get
Hold on
the
1 second. Yeah, we're getting a little bit of
feedback.
Yep, this is what happens on technical.
Y'all live with us.
There we
Still, you still got it.
go. All right, let's
Did something change or we just that's better.
test. No, we're still getting that go. Test.
Test. Yeah.
Jesus, there's still an echo. Let's give our. This is what we have to do.
What?
This is what we have to do. We have technical issues.
Then you have to reset the mics or something?
No.
There we go. Oh, you turn it off?
No, it's totally turned on.
Test. Now I'm off.
Test. Jesus. With 7 minutes left in the fucking podcast. Test. Test, 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 test. Let us. We sound like we're in a coffee can right now.
How do we sound to the audience though? Like, what are y'all hearing?
On the live stream, I'm sure we're fine on the live stream. With only 6 minutes left in the fucking podcast. Test, 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 test.
Test, test, test.
Test, 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 test.
Mic check. Mine off.
Test, test, test. Sorry with our live streamers. There we go. Now we're back.
Test, test.
Hold on. Anthony, you good?
Mic check 1, 2.
Now
Yeah.
we're back. All right. Do you remember where you were?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. And we're back.
Guys, do not allow dating recommendations online. Okay. Really, your whole life. This is a life hack, but when online dating, don't allow them to recommend dates.
Really?
No.
Do not allow them to recommend dates.
No.
Now? Hold on a second. Is this now a feature on dating apps?
No. I'm talking while you're setting a date
Yeah.
and they'll say, "Hey, let's meet at this place."
Bitch. No. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought we were trying to get out of kindergarten class.
No, I've had to fight women that are saying they feel comfortable more meeting at a certain spot, right? And it's not necessarily
Your public place is better than my public place.
right.
Get the fuck out of here, bitch! I don't fucking know you. I'm not gonna meet at your fucking cool place with your expensive fucking mixed drinks.
Exactly.
God damn it.
Always control where you're going for the date, guys. Do not.
Because and let me tell you, I'm sorry, ladies. I'm sorry. Most women that you date are not going to be as cool and entertaining as your guy friends. They're going to be terrible conversationalists. You're going to be stuck with them. At least be stuck with them on a date in a place that you think is fun. Jesus Christ, man. I mean, at least I can get the drink that I want or the food that I want at this place.
Yep.
At least, no matter how bad this date goes, I'm in a place that I think is fun. I can't stress this enough, guys. Again, guys, we said this last week on the show. When a guy is happy, his natural inclination is to make everybody else around him happy.
Yep. My number 2 thing on do not list. Do not talk past 1 week. If you have not gotten the number, have not been able to set a date, do not talk to her past 1 week.
Thank you.
Okay. Before time runs out on this, I'll give the last one, and we can talk about more details about any one of these things later on. Don't get too personal. You can build rapport without getting too personal. Do not give out all your information about where you live and when you were 7, how life was for you and shit. Don't get too personal on these online dates. Talk to the women about anything beyond building rapport, having fun, sharing laughs. Talk about shit that are happy things. So when you do set the date, she remembers you making her happy, making her laugh, shit like that. Okay. Man, we could have talked about that 11.
I've decided right now.
We gotta do part 2.
This is going to be part of a 2-part series. We did not get to enough of it. Who's to blame? 100% me. 100% me. Because I'm seriously like on the edge of my seat. I hadn't heard of some of these dating apps, man.
Yeah.
I don't care if anyone else liked this dating segment. I loved it. I loved it. And we're going to have a part two because there's a lot more information on that list. Everybody, tune in. We will be having a part two to this. Um, Jesus, man, there's going to be a lot of off camera talk about some of the shit we talked about tonight. And of course, we're going to talk about off camera. We're going to talk about what the new host site is. If you want to know what the new host site is, make sure to email us where, Anthony?
At Red Pill Phone. Oh, damn. Red Pill Phone Tap at gmail.com.
And if you want to be part of the live stream in the Facebook group, we know we missed you guys tonight. Just go to the Red Pill Phone Tap on Facebook. Just ask to join the group. There's no standard to join the group. Just go ahead and ask and we'll let you in. You guys can see the live stream. If not, guys, we appreciate everybody listening to us on Spotify, Google Podcast, Apple Podcasts. What am I missing?
SoundCloud.
SoundCloud.
iHeartRadio.
iHeartRadio. I always forget about them. We're on every major format, guys. Lastly, we appreciate our listeners. Thank you guys again for making us a big, big part of your week. We can't do this without all the people out there motivating us to be better at all this information, and that is you. Yep. The Red Pill Phone Tap is brought to you in part by Dumb Hoes. Dumb Hoes are a big reason that we do this podcast every week. We want to send a shout out to all the dumb hoes out there that make this podcast possible. We have to prepare men for you. Thank you for being the adversaries of all the red pill men out there. Everybody that joined us on the live stream, we appreciate all your input. We hope to see you next week. Thank you all for being an interactive part of
The Red Pill Phone Tap.
That was an intense show. Though I will tell you, you always want to leave the audience wanting more.
Huh?
Though you always want to leave the audience
One more,
wanting
yeah.
more.
Yeah.
I wanted more on that. I'm like, Hinge? What the fuck is that shit? All right. Yeah, that was an exciting episode. Jesus Christ, man. I've been waiting for that all week. Any comments in the YouTube live for those still tuned in? Oh, I'm gonna start over. Yeah, that was a good episode.
Yeah.
Make your mic louder. That's a complex thing, Bruno. Still working on it, yes, but I do appreciate your feedback. What did Bruno learn tonight? Since Bruno was in the live stream still. I was hoping Bruno learned a lot about dating apps. As we wait for Bruno's response.
I'm not sure. I don't know if anybody's on. They weren't doing a lot of conversation on.
That was our first YouTube live stream.
I thought we would get some randoms.
I did too.
It is Friday night when they opened up the cities back, so it's the first Friday night.
Oh, your public place is better than my public place, right? Get the fuck out of here, bitch! I don't fucking know you. I'm not gonna meet at your fucking cool place.
Here you go, Wesley.
Fucking big street. Oh my god, this is Plenty of Fish.
No, that's the other. Want to know where the hoes at?
Oh, it's HoustonSkipTheGames.com.
Well, I went to Houston, but it's skip the game.
SkipTheGames.com. Wow. SkipTheGames.com. You only get that on the YouTube live stream, everybody. You only get that on the live stream. All right. Well, I guess we have no questions in the live stream. The exclusivity that you guys get watching the live stream is about to end. You have some cool shit you'd like to share coming to the end. This is not saved. Oh, here we go. Also on Tinder, there's a popularity system. Only the top profiles get the matches. That's true.
Yeah,
That's an outdated method, right?
yeah. The algorithm in there, you got to trick the algorithm, and I don't have time for that.
Well, I mean, just tell me real quick, like, what do you do to trick the algorithm?
Well, you have to continuously change your profile.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty good one. I'd heard that before. I'd forgotten about that. Yeah, I'm so out of this. And towards the end, I was trying to make, like, and because of your advice, I was trying to make dating apps to be not the end all be all.
Well, I mean, because there's so many, you get so many flakes online.
And it's also like women don't care about looks until dating apps,
Right.
and they just get to choose the fucking.
It's a meat market.
It's a meat market, yeah, because they don't fucking hear you talking. They don't,
Yeah. They can't hear your sarcasm or your tonality, or they can't. You can't touch them and look them in the eye, all that shit. So
Yeah, and Bruno says I found on the app that less is more. Also,
what do you mean? Less is more.
I'm assuming what he means is like
Talking.
don't spend all your. Oh well, yeah. I bet you're right, not me. I thought he was saying like the amount of time you spend on it, but
He's probably like information on the app, like photos or
Yeah.
What do you mean less?
That'd be like saying in football, I found out plays is good. Right? Hmm. He's saying, put like 4 or 5 picks in a short bio.
Yeah.
Your bio was short, but not too short. You're like, what? I'm just like too short.
A lot of times, even the young chicks get the LL Cool J reference, right? Which is to me impressive. Like, oh, bitch, you know about LL Cool J, huh?
I loved being able to sort bitches by race. Shit where I could only see only Asian bitches.
Mhm.
You know?
Only,
If you just moved to Texas from like New England or Montana or something,
yeah.
you would probably only want Mexican chicks. Only. Because you're like, man, I've never seen these guys. These women are exotic to me. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I went a little crazy tonight going on to regular Facebook. See if there are any notifications here. Jesus Christ, when you're already hypersensitive about not going to the gym, it sucks seeing yourself like that. These fucking gyms, you know, quick. Crazy soft. You see what Larry Cheek said?
What?
He said, the feed will work now, just needed to pop the top. Look, he went down Creek
I
Drive.
see you.
Fucking Larry.
I see you, Larry.
Larry, chill the fuck out.
Hell yeah. Damn, nah, Creek. We need some. We gonna need some. Royalties.
But like, Anthony, I remember you posting pictures. Hey, Anthony. As I was reading Bruno's shit aloud,
Yeah.
it reminded me of Jake not proofreading his shit.
Jake.
Is it Jake, the dating coach guy?
Yeah.
he,
When
he
he was.
didn't proofread my shit.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm just really trusting Bruno a lot, just reading his shit aloud without proofreading it. Anthony, I remember you posting pics with a woman like a month or so ago in the group. What happened with that?
Man, you know how many women pics of photos I posted with women?
You're like, life goes on, man.
I don't remember which one you talking about specifically, because I was using those photos to grab attention to my post, not necessarily because I was with a bitch.
Right. Well, and it's also kind of like, Bruno, you're going to get to this eventually. You're going to go, when you go on a lot of dates, Bruno, and I want to give you this personal coaching because it's very important. When you go on a lot of dates, you're going to find, when you go on a lot of dates, you're going to start like measuring women against each other. And you're going to find that a lot of these dates are not very impressive. Women are pretty narcissistic. They're pretty stuck up on themselves. Also, we were talking about this earlier in the podcast. They're very, all their shit is kind of the same. They're all kind of mimicking whatever they think this other bitch is doing that's cool and hot. They just kind of copy it. So a lot of women, they're not very original. So you're going to go, you're going to see just a bunch of the same This is why we talk about experience. You can read a book on golf, same books that Tiger Woods read on golf, and you're going to have go play Tiger Woods in golf and see what fucking happens. Because he's been out there actually swinging the fucking club. You see what I'm saying? So experience. You're gonna find a lot of these dates are not very impressive. So what will happen for you is when you go out on a date and it is impressive, you're gonna be like, oh shit. What Anthony is probably experiencing, and he's not here, we'll be back here in a second. But you're just gonna go on a lot of dates that aren't very impressive. But the chick's cute, and maybe you had a good time once, and the next time you went out, it was, wasn't how you remembered it. It's kind of like watching an old movie. Like, I'm trying to think of a good example of an old. It's kind of like watching Friends, like reruns of Friends. You remember Friends being like this groundbreaking, funny sitcom. You go back and watch it; it's not that funny. So you're gonna find like a lot of that, but it's important to find a lot of this mediocre, not very good shit, so that you notice the difference between girls that do stand out. If you're only seeing one bitch a month, they're all gonna be fucking amazing. But if you see 25 bitches a month, you're gonna find that there's only like 2 that are amazing. I was talking about like experience. The volume of women that you see, and you can like start to see most of these bitches are not very impressive. So he's asking like, "Hey, you took pictures with this one bitch. What happened with hers?" And your expression like, "I don't know." She might come back around. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, which bitch?
Which bitch? Like I was telling him, I'm like, you're not gonna know bitches are impressive until you date a lot of them. So you'll notice if you date 25 bitches in a month, and by the way, it's possible. I've gone down that road. You can date 25 bitches a month, and you'll find like 2 of them really stand out.
Yeah.
But if you date 1 bitch a month, every bitch stands out. It's this amazing feminine experience. Like, oh my god, this is fucking crazy. Oh,
I'll tell you too this, bro.
women are the gift of the world.
Like when Wesley was talking about too, like when you're dating like multiple women, like I'm dating with the possibility of getting a relationship. I'm not dating for a relationship.
Right.
If a relationship happens, it happens. But I'm not like dating like, oh, this is gonna be a relationship.
What might happen with this?
That puts me in a disadvantage mentally.
But again, you will do this if you're dating like 1 or 2 bitches a month, because it's your it's your only feminine experience.
Yeah.
The rest of your life, you're living in a cell block with dudes.
Exactly.
So if you only get 1 or 2 feminine experiences a month, then it's very much like, oh wow, this is very impressive. It's like ice cream is not a good example. It would be like if you only ate steak once a year. It's super impressive. But if you ate steak, any kind of steak, like 5 days a week, you would start like knowing that, oh, ribeye tastes very different than New York strip. And New York strip tastes very different than a porterhouse. Porterhouse, even though there's a fillet on one side and a New York strip on the other, porterhouse is different because you cook it with the bone. You would get all this experience and you would notice all the little subtleties that are different. If you only eat steak once or twice a year, you don't know what your favorite fucking steak is. You don't know if you like a New York strip better than a fucking ribeye, or a ribeye better than a porterhouse, or a porterhouse better than a fucking fillet, because they're all fucking different. But if you're eating steak like 5 days a week, you're gonna notice all the fucking subtle shit. And I can tell you without question, my favorite steak is a porterhouse, because I enjoy the fillet on a porterhouse better than I enjoy regular fillet.
100.
Just that fillet up against that bone.
Yep.
It cooks different. That bone presses down on the grill, so the fillet is a lot more rare and shit. But that's me eating thousands of steaks, because I used to literally be a kitchen manager at a fucking steakhouse. You know what I mean? That's just different shit. You know what I mean? So But if I ate a steak once a year, I would think that was the greatest. Oh my God, this sirloin at IHOP was fucking amazing.
Will we put that A1 sauce on it?
Put the A1 sauce on it, so you know it was extra good. Motherfucker. Yeah. We'll wait for Bruno to comment. Bruno, our advice to you, sir, directly to you, you need to go on a lot of dates. So the dating is just old hat to you. It's not a nervous experience. Especially
Even
with the challenges that you were born with, we need you to get on a lot of dates. Even if these women are not up to par,
right.
just get out there in the field. Yeah.
Yep.
We need dates for you, not to be some special once a month thing. It needs to be just fucking old hat. You know, that's what we want to see from you. That way, these bitches don't become so fucking special. Every girl you meet is so special because this is the only feminine experience you're gonna experience, maybe in 4 weeks. You know, we want to see more quantity and less quality. Right now, you're in the stage where we just need you to get up there. With Tiger Woods, quality is way more important for his golf game. Quality coaching sessions. For you, we just need you on the driving range, swinging the club like thousands and thousands of times.
Yep.
That's where we're at with it. We don't want you to be like, I read a book about golf, and guess what I did today? You never guess. I hit a golf ball. It's crazy. Oh, it's the greatest thing ever. Well, what happened? I missed the golf ball completely. But I'm gonna try again in 4 weeks. And no. We need like thousands and thousands of swings. That way, this isn't like special shit to you. You know what I mean? Hope that helps, Bruno. We're gonna end the podcast so I can go eat some pad thai noodles that my wife made for us. You can see Anthony already going to town.
Mm-hmm.
All right, folks. Thanks for joining the Red Pill Phone Tap tonight. We will see you again soon. Oh, wait, whoa, time out. We gotta, before we leave,
What's up?
I dated 5 girls this past year. Still a lot more than I ever had so far. Good. This is what we're talking about. Good. But since I talked to Anthony in these past few weeks, I think my problem is the vibe I put out. Yeah, it could, but I'm just telling you, your vibe's gonna get a lot better with more experience. Get out there, swing the club. You're not gonna be Tiger until you get as many swings as he does.
Because they're so far in between each other, you're trying to make each one of them count.
Yeah.
So be okay dating 2 women at the same time. Start with 2, and then 3. It doesn't matter if they're relationship material or not. Just date them, spend time with them, get used to, talking to multiple women at the same time. That's the thing. Don't be afraid of that. And your vibe will change. Your vibe won't be clingy. It won't be too ready. Like, women get afraid when men are too ready to be with them, right? They can sense that shit.
Well, and that's Bruno's words.
What?
He said that last week. They can smell that shit all over you.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, it is. They got just like we have 6 senses to women fuckery. They have 6 senses to our fucking neediness. The shit that don't. No, normally, think about it. This is like a defense mechanism. They don't want that in their life. It doesn't do them any good for a man to be clingy or needy.
They want to be the ones to initiate the relationship. They want a man that doesn't want to be tied down.
They chasing that. They don't play with the toy that's already available. They want the toy to be moved around for them to chase.
Yeah. Yeah.
So date other women so she can chase your ass.
When you first start all this, Bruno, we need you not on the golf course as much as we need you on the driving range. We just need you hitting practice. Just hit the ball out as far as you can. Just keep and swing again. Put the ball down, swing again. Put it down, swing again. Swing again. Then Then we start to center our game a little bit and get ready for golf courses to where we're counting how many swings on this hole and shit like that. But right now, we just need you to swing away. That sounds terrible. We abusing women? No, these motherfuckers are taking. They're talking to fucking 10 to 20 dudes in their inbox every fucking day. Tell me I'm lying, ladies, because you know it's true. They're like a brother to me. They're really like friends. No, sir. Like I said, man, we need you on the driving range, not necessarily on a golf course. Just swing. Get your swing down, and you're good to go. Bruno, hope that helps. I'm gonna go have some pad time noodles. Talk to you.